Yeah, I am at the wall at the minute. It's a bit of a surprise, isn't it? It is for me anyhow. Is it on there, Don?
She's in there. Go see her. She'll feed you. Just counting down.
It should be live.
Yeah, I know. But
Oh, right.
Yeah, you're on.
Am I on? Am I the right way round?
Yeah, you're the right way round.
Right. Can you just check with Tanisha that I'm the right way round before we go any further?
Yep.
Always takes a gun.
No.
Right, Tiggs. Hello. Well, can someone say something so I know that we've got comments? Tiggs. Yeah, right. All right, El. Yeah, there's 12 in. I've got no video this week. I've got videos in the bank, but my daughter and Tom had just come back from holiday, and Tom's been busy at work, so the nights that he would edit my video, he hadn't been able to because he's been working away. So you've got to have a live tonight. And what's up? Got your cans? Bottle of Grolsch.
Got Grolsch tonight and wine.
I've only got one bottle of Grolsch.
Yeah, you got two.
I only saw one in the fridge.
Well, it's because you've drunk all the others, but there is another one.
Right, so I've got 2 bottles of Grolsch. We've got the wine, and I've got 2 proper bottles of beer, and then it'll just be more wine.
El says, how do?
Yeah, you're right, El. Thanks for coming in and having a look, mate. Martin Jones, you're right, Martin. Andrew. Right, so what I'm going to do is, I've got Shane's reel. I'm surprised Shane isn't in yet, because
he don't like you.
He don't like me. But yeah, Shane's, we only like each other on the beach. But, you know, in private life, he don't like me anyhow. And yeah, I think he smell a bit, so I'm doing.
Send the wife to Tesco's. He can send his daughter. I ain't.
Yeah, no, she ain't do it. The wife sat over there, perched in a chair, and the daughter's not been home from work too long. So if I ask her to go and get some beer now, she'll probably hit the roof because she's got a bit of a temperament on her.
I don't know where she gets it from.
But there you go. So yeah, I'm stripping this reel down. So I'm going to have this camera. It's going to be pointing down, and you're just going to watch me strip this reel apart and hopefully remember how to put it back together. And that's it, really. So yeah, have a chat. The wife's there, so any questions you got to ask, the wife will answer.
Well, I'll read them out so you can answer.
And I'll answer them as well, yeah, of course. So, oh, what have I done there? Did you manage to get your reels sorted, the ones you used on the pair? Well, the thing with that is, El, them reels, when I brought them home, I spun the spool and they span forever. It weren't the reel, it was me. I think because the rod's like this over the pair and the line's coming straight up with weight on it, my leader knot was just getting stuck on the tip, on my tip eye. So it was going gadonk, but it was seasoning up, weren't it? They're my chocolates.
They're my chocolates. Yours are the red.
You don't need chocolate.
What, that you've already opened?
So the leader knot was hitting the tip of the eye and then it was going over. So, because I'm not used to it, I'm normally, my line's like that if this is the fishing rod, my line's like that. Whereas it was going like this. So it was me, really. Hey mate, how's it going? I've just got back from my boat ride. I've got mince and potato. Well, that'll fill you up, Scott, won't it? Mince and potato. An onion.
You ought to take that on
Shane.
to the beach. Where do you next go?
There you go. That was Shane's just talked to me on Messenger. But he's not in the live, and it's Shane's reel. So anyhow, let's get on with it.
likes his food.
Can you see that, Pet?
Andrew, he's already been eating my
Pet,
bloody chocolate.
Pet, can you see my hands? Look at your phone. The picture.
No, I've got that. Oh no, now gone down.
Right, so you can see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah? Right. Be good if Shane was there.
Shane don't like you.
Yeah, he don't like me. Don't blame him, really. So we'll take this side plate off first. When I can get it in. Oh, hang on, let's just quickly do a spin test. Magnets are off. Magnets on. Magnets off. So it spins, but it ain't very good, is it?
Landlock says, no, sorry, not Landlock. Bob Blackwood says, picture's a bit fuzzy, Ben.
Picture's fuzzy?
It looks alright on my phone. Landlock says, hi, Ben. Martin Jones says, hello, Scott. I'm not talking to you, no one wants to talk to you.
Who's that?
Martin Jones said, hello, Scott. Landlock said, hello, Ben.
All right, Rob.
Elle's fishing. Had a fantastic night's fishing last night on the small pier. You mentioned you fished the small pier before. What did you catch?
I didn't catch anything, Al, on the small pair when I fished it. I only had a small little fluke rod come spinning, come mackerel feather rod, and I was chucking out until I got bored, and then I went home. That was before I was even filming, I think.
Hardcore says, I won't give any to Vern as it might make him fart on the beach instinct it out. Again, what a bad one.
Yeah, that was Scott more like.
Elle says, no worries. That was before you were filming.
There's far too much line on this reel.
Can't stop yawning now, sat down.
Oh, look at that. It's even gone under.
Andrew Jones says, I soak the bearings in petrol first, then put rocket fuel in them.
I've got to get it apart first, Andrew.
Then the reel will spin.
Who put this bloody leader on? Far too much line on this.
Is it your rod?
No, it's not mine, it's
Your reel.
Shane's. Bloody hell. You know what, this leader's going to be knackered because I'm just tossing it on the floor. Right. There we go. So like I say, we've got a new video tonight. So hence we're going live. Just to put something out because people do, I think, enjoy watching it on a Wednesday. Don't look like it's been used, does it? But we're going to open it up because I said to Shane that we'll give it a go another.
Shane puts plenty of line on for the snap off ends, Andrew Jones says. Oh, Shane's actually come up.
Has Shane actually come on?
Yeah.
Hello, Shane.
Evening, Karen and Ben. Good to see you've got it in the right order, Shane. Hello, chat. Could do with a footstool.
Didn't you see what I'm doing, Pet?
Yeah, Shane says that line was on when I got it.
Yeah, I thought it was. This is where the E-clip goes flying across the room. But not today. So I'm hoping I can remember how to put this back together.
John Spalton says just got in after walking the dog. What are you up to?
Well, we ain't got a video, John. Life has been busy for everyone, and but next week we'll be back to normal with an outdated video that is from bloody weeks ago, but there you go. That's Verns fishing. Always late to the party. So in there, we've got some washers in there. Like spring washers. And they go against each other. So it's got a curve that way. And the other one's curved that way. There's all sand coming out.
Sand get everywhere.
It does, doesn't it, Don?
Say hi back, Shane. Hope she's all right.
Is that Jew?
Yeah.
So that's the cover off. Blobs of grease in there, look, as if you need that.
Samantha Dugan says hi, Ben. Hi, Karen.
All right, Samantha, your shout out for Derek is in the next video, which would have been tonight, but
You might be watching.
yeah. But shout out will be next week now, mate. I'm sorry about that. So here we have it. We've took the cover off. You've seen me how to do that. You can just, anybody that wants to look at this video on stripping the Magaleek down can always just pause it and watch mine. Go back to wherever you're now. This just pulls off.
Casters says.
Who?
Casters.
Casters.
Yeah.
So what slaver am I going to get now? Hey, is he going to give me a load of slaver?
I'm doing just fine, Casters. I'm doing just fine.
What's he said?
Ben, how are you, pet?
Fuck me. He's charming, isn't he?
Lloydie says evening.
Evening, Lordy.
Can
you still see what I'm doing, Dom?
Yeah, you're now messing about with kitchen roll. David Schofield says, have you got your rod tip back yet, Ben?
Yes, I have got my rod tip back. And it goes with the bottom of this rod. It's it's only a little tiny thin bass rod. But yes, I've got the top back because I'm going to use this for trying to catch some bass while I'm trying to catch some big hounds. Then all you do is, once you've took the plasticky bit off, the clickety bit, and took your pinion wheel out, just lift this off. Got to be careful because underneath here is a little tiny brass washer, which goes there. That shaft pulls out. There's a washer underneath. Yeah, I'll put them all in order so you can see, but I don't need it in order. I could chuck this in the box, and I ain't done one for a while. So, We'll go from this way. So there's a washer, carbon washer, metal washer.
Samantha says no problem. Martin Jones says Vern the real legend.
There ain't got enough room there now. And that goes there, and that goes there. And that's all in order now. That's how it go. And these just come off. That goes on there like that. I'm surprised I haven't made a cock up yet, to be honest, because normally
Don't talk it out.
I've done something. And that's it. That's your Abu. What model is this anyhow? It's the right, it's a C3 CT mag. So this one here, painted grey, is exactly the same as the green Magalite and the Florida orange. No clicker, no nothing. So it's like what Abu's used to be years ago. So it's like a, what, 25-year-old reel? But they've just painted it grey. So, yeah. And we'll have a lot of fun putting this magnet back together because they are a pain in the backside. But I seem to remember I can... right. So we'll put some cleaner in. This isn't that dirty, to be honest. But we're going to clean. Take this pinion wheel out of here. See this agitation here? This gets all the muck off, doesn't it, Pet?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that gets all the muck off. And then what we'll do is take some kitchen roll. Is that casters again, is it? What's he saying now? He's a knob, isn't he? What's he doing?
Caster Fish Wales, the wife, love you, pet.
Yeah, I bet he fucking do. Right, now then. Just give this a wipe, get the grease off.
Are these Abu reels, Landlocker said?
Yes, these are. It is an Abu reel. It's Shane's Abu reel. And in here, we've got a collar in here. We'll just pop this out. Because in here, you've got a one-way bearing. And it goes one way. And I need to get some grease in that. Any comments or not?
No, they're all just chatting to one another. We've got 40 in.
Have we? So this is lighter fluid. Just ordinary lighter fluid. It's all lives are really, isn't it? Just to get together for people to have a chin wag, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I just put this in there and turn it round. I'll take any muck out that's in there by revolving the bearings. It'll only go one way. It's got lighter fluid on it, so it'll evaporate.
Danny Shorefish, and what you up to now?
Just stripping a Magalite reel, Danny. No video this week, mate. Everyone's a bit busy for work. So,
Well, Tom and Tanisha have just come back off holiday, haven't they?
yeah, Tom and Tanisha have just come back off holiday from Cyprus. And Tom's been very busy at work, so we've gone live. Tom didn't have time to do a video, and that's why we're live. Clean, 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 clean.
Do you remember where you got all them bits from?
What?
Are you going to remember where you got all them
Yeah,
bits from?
of course I am. What made you say that?
Oh. Lots of little bits, isn't there?
Well, if I can't remember what goes where, what I'll do is
Just give it back to Shane like that.
I'll give it back to Shane like this, or I'll YouTube it and watch someone that knows what they're doing.
Have you got all them reels to do?
No, just this one done. All the others have been done.
Danny says no barbecue then.
No, no barbecue. Could have done barbecue, couldn't we? Didn't have time, Danny. I've been struggling with my fishing rod that much. Today's been another nightmare, but I've sorted it now. It's all done. Isn't it, Pet?
Yeah. But it's still been cooking now, what we have got home late.
What are you yawning for?
Tired.
Right, can you see what I'm doing, Dan?
Yeah. Oh, Tom's on. You alright, Tom?
You right, Tom? Right, while they're drying, we will take the bearings out. Now, there's another clip in there which can go flying across the garage, which has done many times. But I'm now confident. Can you see that, Pet?
Yeah.
In there's the clip. Put your thumb over the clip when you lift it up, and then it don't ping off. One bearing. This just clips off.
Shane says he's like a proud dad watching his baby being born.
Is he? Then we get this. You never used the reel, Shane. You're going to have to decide if you like it. Got a paper clip. And we get this paper clip with two little legs on it. Put it in the awls. Like so. So it's in there. And then like that. And then you just pull that up. And sometimes these bearings are tight in here. Because one of my TSRs are. Is that casters again?
No. Danny says he's got his glasses on, Shane, you'll be okay.
Danny. I got my glasses on, alright, mate. Look, I got my glasses on. And I got my magnifiers. I look like something out of Star Wars. Can you see that, Dom?
Yeah.
Is that all there? That's in frame, isn't it? So, yeah, that's the bearings out. So what we do now, we get a bit of aluminium. Fill it up with some lighter fluid.
Pastor says he's just lost 2 bits.
And then we stick that under there to prop it up, because then we don't need so much fluid. You've got to save money where you can. And then we drop the bearings in. You on the chocolate again?
I am. Got dairy milk this time.
10-inch barrel chocolate, you will. Probably known as lion bar. Got a roar like a lion.
Why?
Yeah.
You got to be careful. I don't use them. You don't wash up.
I don't wash up. I bought you a dishwasher.
You don't even load that.
No, well, I didn't buy the dishwasher to load it up, did I? I bought the dishwasher to save me listening to you banging the pots in the bloody sink, putting me off my TV programme. Not many people buy a dishwasher for the wife.
I'm going to hit you with one of these bloody hammers you've got in here.
So, right, getting back onto something more sensible.
Caster says, "Oi, don't talk to Pet like that." He always talks to me like that, Casters.
I'm coming back to Wales.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going back
How
to
long are you
Wales.
going for?
Well, long enough to meet up with Casters.
Yeah, Casters, you can keep him.
So we'll leave the bearings in, like that. Just soaking up and giving a clean. We'll give it a bit of agitation.
Stephen Forster says that even Ben can hope you're both well. Caster says give him a slap.
All he does is meddle, that lad. Casters is a meddler.
Look, if they're telling me to slap you, I can't let
Yeah,
you down.
no, well, I'm sure you can't, can you now?
And I'm going to have to slap you, so, you know,
What did Stephen say?
Hope you're okay.
Yeah, I'm all right, Stephen, thanks. So that's that clean. Can you see what I'm doing, Shane? That's that clean.
Michael Bond says Burn Karen, 2 thumbs up.
All right, Michael, thanks for coming in. Much appreciated.
Caster's telling you to drink the meth.
No, we don't drink meth. No meths to be drunk in this one, kids.
Shane says roger that. I just put it in his tea so he don't taste it. Caster says, Vern, get down next weekend.
I can't, I'm busy. You don't realise what it's like. I've got missions on. I've got lots of missions on. And nothing is stopping me from doing these missions because I've got things to do, goals to hit, and we're running out of time. It's nearly August. Is nearly over.
Not even bloody started.
I've only got 3 weeks.
Stephen says, can you do your Penn Fathom 11 next?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do with the Penn Fathom 12. I'll quickly do this. It ain't going to take a few minutes. And then what I'll do is I'll take the bearing out on it, take the bearings out and give them a clean. Because Shane needs to know, and we never get to meet up to do it because we're always fishing and then we're knackered. So if I do it on film, Shane might actually watch it back for when he has to clean his, because it'll be coming up for a clean again soon.
Scott says, while you're at it, mate, you can come and do my reels. Looks like you have fun there.
Yeah, I do, Scott.
Caster's told Shane he needs a new reel.
I don't know if I can get it back together. I can't really remember because I've laid it all out. I've laid it all out as it come off, as you can see.
Bloody wasp in here. Oh, bugger off.
Right, are you following this, Shane?
Stephen says I use lighter fuel on my reels.
Yeah, I've got lighter fuel on the bearings. Lighter fuel on the bearings. But the other bits, they're stainless and brass. So even if there's any water in the methylated spirits, it won't get affected. It won't affect anything. Right, I'm going to clean this foot of this reel now. Here. I'll put that.
Blue badge angler says evening.
Alright, Blue Badge Angler. Thank you for coming in, mate. So I've got a bit of meths on here. We're just going to clean these. Hard to get. Can you hear that bin outside, Pet? Is that someone outside our bloody house? Do I need to go out there?
Why would someone be
Well, there'll be them over there, won't it?
Why would someone be outside our house?
Might be nicking our bins.
Well, they're welcome to.
So I'm just cleaning inside this cage. And these foots there, they do get manky. And if you don't keep them clean, this will clean it. Get anything off that shouldn't be on there. And
Shane says he's glued to the TV.
is he? I'm sure. Sure, Joe's happy with that.
Yeah, he's not saying he's glued to the TV and you're on it. He's just glued to the TV. Scott says, I've ordered my eyes. They should be here this week. I'm going to rebuild my rod. I've got all the equipment ordered to do it. So cheers for your help then.
Did you get the eyes you wanted, Scott? Or did you get... What eyes did you get? Did you get the BNMGs? So we cleaned the spool just to make sure it's clean. And that's it. That's everything cleaned. Apart from, because in that day, normally you'd clean in there. I'll show you how to do it, just for those that are out there that don't know.
I said the same thing, Stephen. He said how many bits are going to be left over when it's rebuilt.
That's that. Do you think I'll have any bits left over? Did on that last reel, didn't I?
You normally do.
Well, if
It's a bit like when you do flat pack and you go, well, they've sent all these extra bits.
Get the rag in. Give it a turn. Perfect. And that's that. Now these brake blocks here, we'll get to these, but they're all... Now there's one out there, two there, they aren't even symmetrical. Push that in. We'll leave that one out and pull the opposite one out. So there's two brake blocks that are pulled out. When it spins, they go in. When it spins, they fly out and hit, for those that don't know, hit this inside ring here. So this is spinning around in here, connected to the spool. These plastic brake blocks, they used to be fibre. They're fibre in the green Magalite and in the orange, Florida. And these hit out and hit this, and it stops the initial whoop whoop of the cast.
John Duval says, don't run your hands through the hair after touching that cleaner. It will make you bald. Too late.
Too late. Well, I ain't bald. I'm receding. There is a difference.
John's
Pet,
bald.
what are you laughing for?
Spunton says, where are you going hound hunting?
I don't know, mate. Somewhere on the Yorkshire coast.
Hardcore says, I've got...
You did well, John. Just changing the subject. You did well winning that comp. You did all right in that, didn't you, mate?
Scott says, I've got those ones. I sent you the food. Do you want with the green insects? They're going to look quite nice on the rod.
Yep, they'll look all right, Scott.
I'm going to give it a whipping and going to do it quite nice.
Well, Scott, there's one thing in life. It's always good to have a good whipping. Give that another little shake.
Martin Jones, any idea of a level wind could be fitted to a 6500 C3 CT?
A level wind.
Yeah.
You can buy,
Abu.
if you've already got a normal reel, you can just buy a different cage with a level wind on it, but then you've got to change all the gears and stuff. But it's just as easy just to go and buy, or I guess I wouldn't mess about like that anyhow. I would just go out and buy a level wind.
Connor always says it's just a wide pattern, isn't it, Ben?
Yeah, I ain't. I'm not bald. I've got this here, but it's all at the back. It's just because it's cut short. But she always takes the mickey. But then I could take the mickey out of her, couldn't I? But I don't because I'm the bigger person.
Really?
Yeah, you are, Shane.
Yeah.
Nothing gets to me.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Nothing winds me up.
No.
Not these days.
No.
Right. There you go. So what we're going to do now is get a bit of kitchen roll.
I hope Shane can hear these jokes you're saying.
Right. Don't mess any of this stuff up. Got to keep it all in order. Don't think I lost anything. Right. Oh, where'd that go? So what we need to do is get these bearings out now and just put them on there and you'll see it, all the fluid come out.
Was that meant to happen?
Yeah, because it's soaked up in there.
Okay.
Then what I do... What now?
Stephen, Karen, does Vern do the house cleaning this thoroughly? I've never actually seen him clean.
Yeah, you have.
When? Come on.
Cleaned the bedroom when Mark come up. Right, so now what you do is... Am I in shop, Dom?
No.
What you do is, or what I do is... What I do is this. Once it's soaked on paper towel, the fluid out, I get it on a pencil like this. Spin it. Make sure that the lighter fluid I don't know if you pick that up.
What are you doing?
Getting the lighter fluid out. Now look, see, now more's coming out now. Can you see this?
It just looks like you're spinning it.
Yeah, I am spinning it, but look, that's lighter fluid. So it's already soaked some out, and I've spun it, and I've got more lighter fluid come out. You do not want any lighter fluid left in it. It all got to come out. Right. So now we're going to put it together. You got the diagram down?
Gunnar Roy's back in England and got a bloody cold. Proper man flu as well. He's dying.
Oh, mate, I feel for you. I feel for you. Has he got proper man flu?
Proper man flu is what he said. It's proper man flu.
You need some love and care, mate. You need to get the wife to give you some looking after.
Scott says, nothing gets to you, Ben. You had a bad reaction to that fat on the beach that you did. Shane couldn't stop laughing. You nearly killed him. Nothing gets to you.
Thing is, Scott, we know it was you, don't we? We know that you did it because it went up my nose and made me gag, you dirty git. And you know it was you because you was a little liar. So Shane's there. Shane knows the story. Vernon rub gunner, vapor rub gunner.
Vapor rub gunner.
All right. I wondered what Casters was doing then. Is he a bit kinky, Casters? So there you go.
To vapor rub him, is he?
Right, are we back on it?
Yeah.
Right. Grease brush or brush grease. So you don't need a lot. Put that on there, bit on there.
Lloydie says, free running smooth as a slippery eel. I use brake cleaner and it evaporates.
Yeah, I know, but it goes in the cuts in my finger. Then we put this washer on.
you know casters, he's got a pink rod, Andrew Jones.
He has, Andrew, you're right. Right, am I in on this? Yeah.
See what you're doing, yeah.
Well, if at any point you can't, you need to say something, because this is educational for, like, educational reasons. I'm like a teacher.
For educational reasons.
Yeah, so I've greased the bottom, put the washer on, and then greased the top. Because there's two sides to everything, isn't there? Then you get this bit. Put that on there. That's that done. What goes next, Pet? Can you remember, Dan?
No.
Then we put this on. This is the bottom washer to go under the cog. Yeah, so it's copper wash, grease, copper washer, spindle, carbon washer, brass washer. Oh, it's going well at the minute, Dan. Then we put another carbon washer in. I've lost a bit. Oh, there it is. Then we put a metal washer on top of the carbon washer. Then we put another carbon washer. Then we put this washer here, which has got two luggles on it. Can you see? That goes on there. And those luggles go in the corresponding mark in the brass gears. Then we put another carbon washer. And then we put the top washer. And that's it. That's done. What's this brass bit for? That's for the bearing, isn't it? Let's sort of put the right brass one in down. So that's that done. So then, I don't know if you need it. Put a bit of grease on there.
Shane says, right, no one speak to Vern, this is the critical bit.
So we grease these pins up. And I forgot, but I can do it from here, is put a bit of grease on there like that. Underneath the gear wheel. I mean, is that in camera? Underneath the gear wheel. Because that's where this bit here sits. So that's that. So then we take this. If you don't want to put a bit of grease on that, you just do this here, look. Paint a bit on there. Don't need a lot. Little bit on there. Turn it up that way. Now where does this bit go? Bit of grease on there. Don't need a lot. First of all, need to put some grease on these pins. Yeah, bit of over grease in there, so we'll just wipe that off. Because if you don't wipe the excess grease off with Shane, he gets all sand in it. And that's not good. So less grease the better. Put that on there. That hook's on there, I think.
Andrew Jones says the brass washer goes underneath the cogs.
Yeah, I've done that, Ben. Bit of grease on that pin. Bloody grease gets everywhere, you know. Put some grease on the inside. Bit on there. That goes on there. And that goes on that middle pin there, like that. Then we take this, which is like a sort of like cappy holder thing, this, and that pushes on these two pins there. those 2 pins. This clicks in here, like so, and we put some grease on this, and I get it right in the teeth.
Caster says, Andrew, he knows what he's doing, I think. Stephen says, whereabouts does the rod go on the reel? Caster says, Shane, you can get a new one off Amazon. Laughy face.
What's that, reel? This'll be alright. Doing a good job here, Don.
Good, I'm pleased. Well done.
That goes in there like that. Wipe your fingers like that. So we're in there now. So we've built all this stuff up here. I think that's right. And that goes on there. Does that go on there like that? Yeah, it does, yeah. I remember. That just pushes down on that like that. And that should click. Yep. So that's your spool release. Clicked in. And when you turn the handle, that spool release there, knob, should flick out. Which it does. So there you go. Those that had little faith in me. Yeah, I might be able to cast a fishing rod over someone's fence in my garden. But I can do a reel, I think.
Michael Bond says, well, Ben, you're a very daring man. Most of my projects were like that, end up in the bin.
I'll tell you what, it is quite nerve-wracking doing it on the live, because I haven't done well, I did these reels probably 4 months ago, when it Pet.
Yeah.
Right, so now we're going to put some grease in this one-way bearing, or whatever you want to call it, and just work it round, because as the brush touches the rollers, because it's a roller bearing in there, it only goes one way. But putting the grease in like that, it'll turn the rollers, because they're all free, and work the grease in. You want plenty of grease in this, because I think it's a bit of a pain to replace that. Some people say you can't replace it, but sure you me, I'd get it out, because I'd get some heat on it. From that side. Can they see that, Don?
Yes, they can see it. I'm not allowed casters, he's the star.
On the start. Got to know your place, Pet, ain't you?
Oh yeah, I know my place.
Not far from that sink. That's why I bought your dishwasher down, to give you more freedom. Woman's rights and everything. That's why I bought your dishwasher,
But
sweetheart.
I'm quite happy to be a kept woman. I can hand my notice in today if you like, and I can be a kept woman.
Yeah.
You might just have to go out and actually work
I do work, Don.
all the time.
Then we put this sleeve inside this bearing. Yeah. Go from either way. We just push that in and then wipe off any excess grease, because it's not needed. Yeah. I push it from that way because you don't want too much grease that side. Because if you drop it in the sand, you'll get sand in it.
Shane says, when it's all back together, will you sign my reel, please, mister?
His will?
Reel?
Sign it?
Yeah.
No.
I think he's joking.
Of course he ain't joking, darling.
I don't want your signature.
Oh, it happens all the time,
Oh,
sweetheart.
does it? Christ. Could have sold you 3 times over then, could I?
Half the time they say, can we have an autograph for the one at the sink?
Do they? I think you might get punched next time someone sees you.
So I'm just wiping the excess grease out. Don't matter if you don't get all of it. Got a bit on that knob there. You don't want any grease on the knob because it'll be slippery. And when you adjust it, your fingers will slip off it. Right. So there's the gears. One last job to do on these, which I always do, and I do it this way, is grease these. I've greased a small cog, so we've got grease on that. We're now greasing the big cog. I don't think this reel will get used that much, to be honest.
Mick Outdoors says he's off fly fishing. Catch you later.
See you later, Mad Mick. So that's the big one greased, the small one greased. There you have it. Then we put the cover over. When you put the cover over, make sure that this dongle goes in this groove. Like so. You saw me doing something with my finger there, and that was keeping that collar that goes inside that one-way bearing from coming out. Check it works, which it does. And then we get these two screws on there. I think these are the right screws.
Portfolio piscatorial pursuits. What's the option to join to get a gift? I don't know what you're talking about.
Who? Pisca? Not Piscator.
Portfolio of piscatorial pursuits.
No, I don't know. No gifts there, mate. I'm from Norfolk.
I don't know. Is that something Tom's put up?
No.
Oh yeah, there is.
What?
Right at the beginning it says opt in for the chance to get a Verns Fishing 1 month free membership and access to exclusive perks.
Well, I don't know what the perks are because
No.
I ain't got time. That's what Tom's talking about, isn't it? So push the release in, turn the spindle, it comes out. That's that done. So we'll stick the handle on. So these washers, these are the drag spring washers, and one goes in facing up and one goes in facing down. They are curved. I will show you. Many people say how to put them in different ways, but it's curved, C-shape, very light, slightly, and one comes up and one goes down. Be very careful when you put these on because it's only half shaft.
Right, Pudgy?
Once you get it down to there, you can put the handle on top and turn this, holding the handle on the slot, and then you can screw this star drag washer down. Then we put this on. This is another spring type washer. Just takes the slack up on the handle when you back the drag on and off. put the handle on, and then you take this little devil there called an E-clip. That's an E-clip. And then you put your magnifying glass on again.
Adrian Wincombe says, hi Vern, just out of watching. Cheers, Adrian.
All right, Adrian, thanks for joining in. I ain't wiped this handle. Put that on there. Get the E-clip, and this is where it flies across the garage. And it does it very regular, so you just put it in. Put your thumb on it like that, and just push it with your finger, because it isn't, you know. And that just stops the handle coming off. Then we put the nut on again, because this is only this is a round shaft, and they've machined 2 flats on it, so the handle's got something to bite. But when you put the nut on, or the star drag, if you thread that and get it mixed up on the threads, it will strip the threads, and you have to buy a shaft. Just like I had to with this red reel hair that someone sold me on eBay and said to me it was a perfect reel, and they were lined gits. So then what you do is you then put that nut on. Moan over.
Right, listening?
Yeah.
Blue Badge Angler says, how often would you go through that routine, Ben? I have a 10-year-old reel, never seen a drop of grease.
I would probably do this gearbox once a year, but not to the extent I've just done this. Normally, I'd put some grease in the one-way bearing, in the anti-reverse bearing, and I would put some grease on the main brass cog and the pinion cog, which is in there, and that would be it. That would take me 5 minutes, and that would be all. That's all I would do.
Portfolio of Piscatorial Pursuits says, is rebuilding rods a hobby for you, or would you consider it as a prospective business? I'm looking to get one of my zippies rebuilt, and from what I've seen, your work looks good.
Is it something I would do as a business?
Yeah.
No, it isn't something I would do as a business. As Shane would confirm, it's been a bit frustrating the last few days.
You haven't got the patience.
I ain't got no patience. I have got patience to a point, but my patience isn't what it used to be. But I've just done 2 Ziplex rods. I'm still on with it, and I've had nothing but faults. One due to the weather, and it's all a learning curve. And also the blacken that you put on for the rod blank, it's been a nightmare. But I've got some good advice from Di today, and he's telling me what to do, and I did it prior to coming on live, and I've actually coated my rod without anything going wrong. So it's all a learning curve. Would I do it as a living? Possibly not. I'd have to get a bit better setup and do a bit of practicing on different whipping, because people want all different stuff, don't they? And I just do basic whipping. But the only reason I do my rods is because I'm too tight to pay someone else to do it. And if I can do it, and it'll save a bob or two, it don't save you that much, it just saves you the time, really, for someone else to do it. Gunneroy, casting distance is no good as everyone casts different. Who's he talking to, Gunneroy?
He's talking to Stop.
Is he? So yeah, so if I was at 100% or 95% fantastic at doing rods, and I had the setup, then yeah, you could do it. But I'd have to redo this garage and do it in the garage, really, because doing it in a 10-foot shed is all right for the odd rod. But if you've got 2 or 3 or 4, 5, 6 rods on the go at once, you've got to have plenty of room to do the setup. I just enjoy doing my fishing rods. It saves me some money because I'm a tight-fisted Norfolk bloke, but I do enjoy it for myself, because if there's a slight minor mistake, and I guess everybody that builds rods, there'll be something wrong with it in their eyes. It's just the better you get at doing it, the smaller the mistakes are.
Cuddy 211 says hi.
Who?
Cuddy 211.
All right, Cuddy, thanks for coming in, mate.
Blue Badge Angler says, cheers, Ben, I better have a look at mine. Shane says, I've gone grey with Vern doing rods.
Shane he gets them, and then there'll be a phone call, and that'll be me.
Yeah.
He must be there going, Jesus Christ, he's phoning again.
Don't worry, Shane, we all do that.
So you do what I'd rather do this nut either. I get it tight, and then I'll just put the tab washer on, and then just nip it up very slightly until that's in line, and that's it. And I think it's that screw.
I bet you film Shane with confidence here. I think it's that, and is it that one?
I'm doing it as a joke, darling. Nip that up, and that's that done.
Get a glass of wine.
No, yeah.
What, you take the bottle?
That's the gears done. Now then, they should be dry now. Spinning all right, nothing come out of that.
Shane says he's going to put 30 yards of line on and tell everyone he spoiled it casting.
Then we put a blob of oil on. And that'll soak in, and while that soaks in, I shall, what shall I do next, Pet?
I don't know. You're asking me.
I'll put the bullet in.
Do you want me to hide a bit and then you have to guess which bit's gone?
No. I just saw a copper washer, Pet, and I thought, Jesus, where's that been left out from?
Glenn says, Vern, I think you keep looking at the Y for instructions.
I do.
Alistair says it'll be like an IKEA set of drawers, 10 bits left over.
I just put a little bit of oil in that bit just for the outside of the bullet. It doesn't move, it doesn't need it, but this turns around on it. It's just helpful. That's what you got to be in life. You got to be helpful. I keep telling Shane that, and Scott.
I can imagine.
Now you got 4 bearings on, 4 magnets on there. You can buy more of these magnets and put more in if you want. Take some out, but I wouldn't.
Stephen says, do not heat the bearing to draw the oil in, Vern.
No, I ain't.
Mick Sly says, how about the spindle bearing?
Spindle bearings are here. Can they see that? See my finger?
Yeah.
2 spindle bearings oiled up.
Gunneroy says, are you on the wine? Caster says, do you help, Pet? No, I just sit here and answer comments. I know my place.
She knows her place.
Normally with my hand right on the back of his head.
No, you don't. Why lie?
Never said I've got to slap you.
I think that's running too quick, but never mind.
Got a caster? No, he doesn't.
What?
Does he help you?
Of course I help you.
When?
What?
When?
I drive you everywhere, don't I?
That's your job. I allow you to. Next.
What's it?
So that's it. That's you helping.
My mum said to me, you've been looked after while you've been a child. You've got to be looked after when you're married.
I'm sure she was talking to me.
Right. That's that done. Will you stop bickering on?
No.
I've got a job to do, eh? You know what Shane gets like, don't you? Does that go there or does that go there? Oh, Shane, what we doing?
There's no point asking.
Don't go there. Goes on that one, doesn't it? No, it don't go on that one. It does go on that one. It don't go on that one. I'm on the wrong end, you numpty. Yeah. Now this is what it's like. We're live filming. Yeah.
Lloydie says you're making a 3D video, really.
There you go. That goes on there. So I was putting it on the side with the gearbox because I weren't really paying much attention. Yeah, it goes on this spindle there. Hooks in there because I knew it hooked in there, but it weren't looking right. Now this can be a bit of a pain. Got to get this spring here just in the right place for this cap to go on.
See, Gunroy's telling me to slap you now. Give him 3 hard slaps, Karen, he'll think he's surrounded. And Caster's saying, Shane has lost his hair watching this.
That was the most difficult bit. That, getting this cap on, that spring washer, if you've got the spring washer too far, that spring washer. If you've got the spring too far down, it never engages. And it took me bloody ages to figure it out. Used to have to wiggle it and jiggle it. And so there, we've got that on. So make sure that the spring is just off the top here, so this cake cover goes over. Do not over tighten these screws either. Use the correct screwdriver. Just do it up so it nips and then give it a quarter of a turn, if that. So that's hard up, and then we just give it a little turn. Hard up, which is now, and then a little turn. And that's that. Check the magnet works, and the magnet goes in and out. Then put the speed bullet in. Put some oil in the end. Brilliant. That's that done.
Stephen says put some grease on the screws.
No, because sand gets in it. If you clean these regular and clean the screws, they're fine. You can always put a tiny bit of oil on it, I suppose. Right.
Shane says, anyone want to buy a brand new Abbey reel? Laughy face.
Now we're going to take this bearing here.
Not even listening.
No, I'm not listening.
No. What Abu is this? Goneroy says.
This is the speed bullet fell out. This is the modern version of the green Mag Elite. Now it's grey and orange. Before it was green. Or it was the same as this Florida orange. I've just got these reels out here as a just to keep people interested on the thumbnail, really. So we'll put the speed bullet back in. It only slips in there like that. So this is the this side here with the slot in is for the brake blocks. So we're going to put the bearing in this end. That just drops in, and then you've got this spring. Now when you do this, keep your thumb over the spring so it don't fly off, because it'll go somewhere in the garage and hit the wife in the head. So just hook that in there like that, so it's like that. And then even with a pencil, just put your thumb over it so it can't escape, because they're slippery little buggers. And then that goes in, and that's in the slot. So that's it. Bearing can't come out. Then we put the copper washer in. I sometimes put it on a pencil. Put the pencil in, put it in, it drops in. Then it goes in straight. Bearing, give it a spin. That don't spin like crazy now. Use the pencil again. Push it in. That's in. And then this brake block. Now these brake blocks, there's 6 brake blocks on there. We only want 2 working. All these brake blocks do is on the initial part of the cast, they stop this, they fly out and rub against this cage here that I showed you earlier. And the friction that causes stops the spool in the initial part of the cast from overrunning. As the cast gets going and the spool speeds up, the magnets then take over. In.
Scott says, hey Shane, we'll have to have an Abu cast off, mate. Caster says, Scott, top man, film it. Gunneroy, just picked up 2 brand new Fathom 15 magged up to the hilts. Ceramic bearings, £100 each, all boxed.
Sounds good, that does, Gunneroy. I always put a bit of grease on this shaft because it's going in and out. It goes into a catch at the end, plastic thing, and it can break. And I've had plenty that break. That shaft goes in here, like so. Now then, before you put your spit, oh, you can't make a mistake, can you?
John Duval says, Shane, what do you think will happen when you outcast Vern with a reel he refurbished for you?
I'll be pleased for him. I'll kick him in his ankle.
Shane's just answered, lol, John, no, that would make a good video.
Now I have gone to the beach with this done up, with my thumbs, and it came loose, and I didn't have a screwdriver to tighten up, so I had to stop using the reel.
It gets you out fishing, says hi.
All right, get you out fishing. Thanks for joining. No video tonight, not enough time, so we're gone live. And I figured if I did one about a reel, at least people can watch it in the future. If they strip something apart and don't know where it goes, they can have a look at this, because all Abus are the same. Unless you've got the TSR, which has got a dog tooth in it to assist the reeling from backwinding.
Andrew Jones.
So there you go. Do the drag up.
Do you want to know what Andrew Jones has asked?
And that's the reel. Can you hear that? What's Andrew asked?
Has he done the bathroom yet, Karen? The answer is no, he hasn't.
Look, I've been busy doing rods. Do people want to see a Ziplex rod being done, or do they want the bathroom done?
Bathroom would be nice. Lloydie says, cracking job, Vern. Gunneroy says, Andrew, don't mention the bathroom. Pastor says, yeah, pet, how's the new shower room?
We ain't got a shower room.
We ain't got a bloody shower. Shane says, Vern, take a bow, son.
Then you centralise the spool. Right. Glass of wine.
Or are you just waiting for Tanisha to be moved out so you can put my walk-in shower in?
What do you want a walk-in shower for? How long's that going to take to do? And where's that going? Foot of the bed?
In the bathroom, upstairs.
A walk-in shower?
Yeah.
Well,
New tiles.
Yeah, we are doing that.
Yeah. What? When are we doing that? Are you waiting for Tanisha to move out?
I've got to do a course on YouTube on tiling first.
You know how to tile.
No, I didn't know how to tile.
You do.
No. Right. So we've got to have a bit of play in the spill. Yeah. Spill release on.
The caster says, walk in the shower 2 days max.
Can you see that spooling round?
Yeah.
So that's now like lightning. We'll do it again. Still going now, look. Ready? Watch it. Someone count.
What are we counting? Gunneroy says, got to be worth a jar of piccalilli, that, Shane. Shane says, don't mention the piccalilli, Gunner. That's
Yeah,
worse
don't
than
mention-
the shower.
You are, that's what.
That's worse than the shower.
Don't go with a piccalilli because he know what he did that night. He knows what he did that night with that piccalilli, and that weren't fair. Not having it. Yep, so what do you reckon to that then?
What, all your wrinkles?
No, the spool.
Gunneroy says, goes faster than my van.
Yeah, that's good, that. There you go then. No clicker on this.
Paul Bennett says, do you both live in the garage? No, I only visit.
Can you see you there? Where are you?
What? I don't know.
Wave then. Yeah, look, you can see the numpty waving there.
What, waving at the numpty, do
Yeah.
you mean? Me waving at the numpty?
What's supposed to smoke? What's cards on top job,
How's
Vern?
the
Appreciate it,
smoking?
mucker. You see, that's the problem. You see, coming from Norfolk, I have to learn these Yorkshire terms, and one of them is mucker. I didn't know what mucker was. I thought it was someone that was a bit dirty.
Shane says, top job, Vern, appreciate it.
I know, mucker. So yeah, that's that done. So do you want to have a look at? Well, I'm going to do it anyhow. I'm going to take the bearings out off my Fathom 12 to show Shane so that he's got it on this video so he
Someone
can
asked you to
check
check
it.
Fathom
Yes,
11.
Stephen Forst. I ain't a Fathom 11, it's Fathom 12. So yeah, that's that done. So we'll put that in the case. One serviced reel. Shane can have this back now. I think I've had it about a month, if not longer. Probably longer. And that's it. One reel done.
I could do with a footrest.
What's your footrest for, done? So here we have Fathom 12. Yeah. I put mine on the outer hole on the handle. This is the hole that it comes with on the shaft. And I take it off that and put it on the end one. That gives you a lot bigger turning circle there, as you can see. Look at the handle, not my belly. And it gives you more cranking power. So I have a rubber on mine, like this, for when I cast. So what I do is I drag that rubber over, pull it over the spool and put my thumb on it. And then if it's raining or anything like that, it will always grip the spool. I know people, some use a glove, some use a thummy, some don't use anything because they've got big hands and they're big tough men. Loosened off on my Fathom.
Blue Badge says very interesting and learnt loads.
Brilliant, thanks a lot, Blue Badge Angler. So yeah, so I have and this is just a cricket bat rubber. I'll show you what it looks like. I buy these. It's a cricket bat rubber off eBay. They're about £3, £3.15. Very good rubber. I buy a whole one of these. I cut it down one end, open it up, and I can get four of these out of this. So that's 4 reels, or 2 reels and a spare for each reel. And then I get a hole punch, and I hole punch out the corners. If you don't hole punch the corners out, yeah, is that, hang on.
So Andrew Jones has said we don't use...
Do you know what? You know when someone said that it was a bit furry?
Yeah.
It was, because now it's bloody crystal clear. I'd put my fingers on it. I've been doing my fishing rod all day, and it's been pulling my hair out, and I ain't got a lot to pull out. And my hands have been mucky, and it's been all over my phone, and now my phone's sorted, and my bloody live. Was the picture looked all right from your phone?
Yeah.
I bet you it wasn't on the telly.
Right.
Anyhow, cricket bat rubbers, punch 4 rolls, cut it out of a knife, and it goes on.
Are you ready?
Like that.
Are you ready?
To then drag over the top to cast. Yeah, go on.
Andrew Jones, we don't use gloves in Wales. You must have soft hands. Casters. Sorry, Vern. Can you do that again? Only seeing your belly. Gunneroy, cricket bat rubber. Stephen Foster says,
There you go, casters.
A bike inner tube on mine. Casters.
That's the same sort of thing, same rubber, but I just use cricket bat rubber because it's got texture on one side, and the side that goes against the line is here.
Caster says, Andrew, hands that do dishes. Mad Mick Outdoors. I'm back soon. I'm back. Some dilly thought it was a good idea to be swimming in the pool. I was going to fish. Well done on the reel, Ben. Gunneroy said, is that octopus rubber?
Yes, it is. No, it's not octopus rubber, but it's the same. You can get octopus cricket bat rubber, or you can, I've used that before, but mine is just the one with the ridges in. Look, can you see them? That's the one I buy. I've never had a problem with that.
Paul Bennett says, very on the stream. Hardcore says, I'm from Hull. I use bicycle inner tubes as I work in a bike shop, and they don't cost me enough. And Mad Mick Outdoors says,
you know when you wrap leader line on your fingers and it's too tight? Done?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
I was talking.
Yeah, I know you're talking. That's why I interrupted. Yeah.
This is rude. So Mad Mick Outdoors.
Don't know what you're talking about though, do you?
Mad Mick Outdoors says it's still low as hell even after all the rain. Gunneroy, I use textured side Vern. Seems to grip better. Shane says Vern buys ribbed for his pleasure.
Who said that?
Shane.
No need for that, is there?
Mad Mick Outdoors says Vern, I use...
Nothing wrong with Black Shadow. That was a good brand.
All caught up. When you finally stop talking and let me speak.
I had to put a new line on there. Because I did snap off right down there again. So we need to put some tape on there.
So you got 58 watching, 41 likes.
Oh, thank you for the likes. Hit that like button if you ain't hit it.
Shane says quality brand, mate. Fish and Pasto Cornwall think it's my first time on here.
Well, come back again, please.
Stephen
Padstow,
says,
did you say?
yeah. Stephen
Be a nice
says,
place to fish, I bet.
Oh,
I was just talking to Padstow, Pet. If you don't mind, if you could stop
That
interrupting.
thing's come up again about gifts. I don't know what that is.
Is it someone on there that's trying to
No,
do
it's
something?
just-
Because if it is, block it.
I don't know. There just says allow gifts. I don't know.
Well, I don't want to know about it.
No, Shane, you'll just have to tell him that Tom's the IT man. He'll sort that out.
Right, so Penn Fathom 12. I've took the leader off, put some tape on, left the clicker on again.
Fish and Padstow says, will do, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining in. And much appreciated. I do find that when you do a live, you do sort of like pick up some people that wouldn't see it and see lives. But I always like to put a video out, really. So that's not spinning too bad. That's a bit slow. So what we'll do is, seems I've got the thinners there, rather than waste the lighter fluid, we'll clean this reel. And we'll do it. So what I do is, I always put my finger near the screwdriver blade, so that when I turn it, the screwdriver ain't going to jump off and scratch me reel.
Mad Mick Outdoors says, shared on good old face ache.
Thank you, Mad Mick.
Lloydie says it's beautiful in Padstow, Ben.
Never been. That's never been to Cornwall. I've been to Devon as a school kid. I'll tell you when I was in Devon. I'll tell you what. I was in Devon. The last time I was in Devon, Fun Boy 3 had the Tunnel of Love out in the charts. That's when I was last in Devon. So, yeah, I don't get out much, but I was only a school child at the time.
No, it was only yesterday then.
I know, I'm wearing well, aren't I?
Bob Blackwood says, told you it was fuzzy view and Vern better now.
Is it better? It weren't terrible viewing, though, was it? I ain't going to watch it back and think, oh, Jesus, what have I done? Hammer. That weren't that... It probably was, really, weren't it? Right.
We could always go to Cornwall. There's nothing stopping us.
Yeah, there is. Like 6 hours.
Yeah,
Right.
We'll just leave there.
Done, I'm talking. I've got to do this reel, sweetheart.
No one's interested.
We're not talking girly talk. We're talking fishing reels.
We could be there by.
Right, so while the wife's in dreamland, I've took these 3 screws out and you just pull the end off. And it's simple as that. Look, there's no wiggling it like in an abu. It's been thought about. Then we take that out. Take the shaft out, Shane. Look, this is mainly for Shane as well. And that's it. Now, this is the clicker that I always break because it's not very good. But can I have some more wine, Dom?
No, because you're not being very nice to me.
I'm going to go get a can of, I'm going to get a bottle of beer.
No.
I'll be back in 1 minute. Me foot.
No. I'll put more poison in your dinner. Oh, Scott says, right, I'm off. I've got work in the morning, got a few jobs to do. I'm going fishing for some rabbits. Going fishing for some rabbits.
See you later, Scott. Thanks for coming in, mate.
Mad Mick says that's Verns told.
Right. Now then, take a bit of tape. You take this. This is important, Pet. If you can just sort of like for a minute, yeah, just sort of like shut your clack. Take the tape and put it on the screwdriver and fold it over. Yeah, like so. To cover that up. And put a bit of tape on there. Because You don't want to mark all this on there because it'll expose the aluminium and then the salt will get to it and it'll start getting furry. So you put that underneath there. Ease it up, pull it off, and that's that off, and there's no damage done. Then you get your paper clip. And Shane, I've made you one of these paper clips for your reel because that's the sort of chap I am. But I keep, yeah, special paper clip. And what I do is I bring it to come fishing with you to give you it, and then I take it home. And I've done that now, 3 weeks of fishing trips on the trot. So remind me to give you the paper clip. So then we put the paper clip in, squeeze it together so those feet go together like that. That goes through the hole of the bearing. Let go. Pull the bearing out. Washer. Bearing. Fluid. The bearing in the fluid. Turn it round. Now on this one, need to put my eyes on again. Is that in camera?
Yeah.
There's a clip there. Put your thumb over so it don't escape around the garage and hook it out. This isn't playing ball, is it? And that's it. And then put this in. Pull that out. This is the engaging gear thing that goes in the thingamajig there that turns the old thingamajig, if you know what I mean by all that. Then put this paper clip in again through this bearings hole. That one ain't going to play ball, this one, is it?
Shane said he's going to feel honoured to receive a special paper clip.
That was tight in there.
Donna Roy says it must be a Marks and Spencer's one.
Right, that bearing was tight in there. I didn't like that. So what I'll do is we'll dip it in the proverbial, clean that out. Why was that tight in there? It weren't tight in there when I put it in. Give these sides of the spool a clean with some meths, or WD-40 would be alright. Just to make sure you get any salt off that might be on it that you haven't washed off. If you do it once in a blue moon, it'll stop it from going. So give that a little wiggle and have a beer.
Bob Blackwood says, knew what you were doing, Ben, done it many times. Stephen said mine's tight on that side too.
Is it? You see, now I've got one of these TSRs, the bearings come out easy, but the other TSR, I had to get my floor welder and heat the spool up. And then as I heated it up, and I'm not talking it was glowing, I just heated it up. You could have done it with a hairdryer. And then the bearing, because the spool expanded, the bearing fell out. And it's all made in China these days, and the tolerances are a bit hit and miss, I guess. Reels aren't what they used to be, are they?
Is Shane going to Wales with you next?
Is he? Don't know why.
Andrew says casters on 100% fishing when he down next. Holden says you wait, casters, my air rig will bag me a big cod.
There ain't no cod down in Wales, is there?
Mad Mick says, Vern is making me think about getting my reels.
So to clean this inside this cage while I've got it off, because it gets mucky in there. And no matter how much you clean it, unless you take the spool out.
Bishop Headstone says, too technical for me, I struggle to dissect a pasty.
There's plenty of nice pasties down there, I suppose.
Well, we wouldn't know, would we? Because apparently I'm living in dreamland.
Yeah. Well, we're going to the lakes, aren't we? Can't go everywhere, pet. You're married.
I weren't talking about in the next week or two. I was talking at some point.
Well, yeah, we can go there when we're 65 and we're on a bus full of other old age pensioners
Get your fishing stuff on.
slavering at the mouth and shitting themselves and wetting themselves and wearing nappies.
I'm not as old as you.
When we're that old, we can enjoy a holiday like that, Don. Still a bit of muck in there. The lecture and Shane on it, I can't have that. I'll tell you what, that Holderness Coast is so mucky. Isn't it? Yeah, it's absolutely... Well, it's all the clay, isn't it? Absolute garbage it is. Even though I fish it, to be honest. Oh, I know, because there's loads of fish there. The days I aren't fishing.
Okay, so... Caster says I can come down anytime. Just got to leave you at home.
Ain't gonna happen, is it?
Holderness says, like we do on a weekend, Ben. Gunneroy says the pissy knickers bus. I would leave him with Shane Casters, but Shane don't want him either.
Nobody wants me. I think when Casters met me, he thought, Jesus, what have I done?
That's what you ordered.
Don't know why. As soon as we're in bed, you go to sleep.
I had a late night last night. I was home late. Andrew Jones says you beat Casters on his own ground, Vern.
I did, didn't I?
Casters says, love you, buddy. 2 kisses.
Casters bloody blanked and I didn't, you see. Mind you, I was there for about 60 hours. 600 casts later.
Oh, Casters love you, really.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Does that mean Casters want you to go live with him?
No, nobody wants me.
Oh.
I don't want to live with anyone, Don. I've got you.
Thanks.
Right. So now I'm going to put a bit of oil on them. Need my eyes on again.
Got chocolate.
No, I do want a chocolate, Dan. Do I look as though I need a chocolate with my fat
someone had
stomach?
already opened them.
Oh, are they the Heroes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 3 last night.
They weren't for you.
Yeah, but there was a fudge in there. I expect you've eaten all the fudge, haven't you?
The children brought them for me because they love me, not you. I weren't going to have a fudge, but I am now. Were you smiling at me?
No. Why would I do that? You enjoying that?
Yes, thank you.
It's more to life than the chocolate.
Like what?
There's a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to get.
No, you don't. So we've took the bearings out, cleaned them, and then I whiz them on there once I put the oil in, and you'll hear it spin up right quick, and then all of a sudden it'll slow down because the oil's took right in.
Andrew says, Karen, if you was out, he'd get you chips.
When did we ask to have chips?
You last had them a few weeks ago, before you went fishing.
That was Friday.
I didn't have them, you did.
Right, so back onto the reel. So, a little washer here.
Do you know where it's come from?
Yeah. Washer in that hole. Bearing. That is tight, you know, Pet. Why is that tight on that bearing? It never used to be.
I don't know.
In. Pushed in with a pencil. Then we put this doggy tooth sort of thing in. That pushes in there. Then we take this hexagonal or hexagon clip, whatever it is. And what you do is you hook it in that side. Put your thumb on it. Put your eyes on. And get the pencil, push that in there and make sure it's in. And then I take this pointy thing, being very careful, just to make sure that that is seated in the groove inside so it don't come out. Which it is. Then we take this side, if I can just finish this down.
No.
If that's all right.
No.
Put that bearing in there. Are you following this, Shane? Push that in. Push it in with a pencil. And the only thing that holds that bearing in is this clip. Now you put this clip on and you turn it until you feel it line up with the grooves, which are there. It won't turn anymore, and just push it on. Give it a wiggle and it's in the grooves.
Right, so
that's already got plenty of grease on it because I greased it before. In that go. That slides in the shaft. Spin it and then put the end cap on.
Martin Jones says, what do you prefer, Penn or Abu?
Penn. And I never did do, but these Penn reels now are so modern and brilliant. Just ask Shane. That they are just a pure fishing machine. This handle cranks forever. Right.
Alistair says, Martin, he can't write with a pen.
Remember to take your tape off your screwdriver.
Stephen says, how come my reel has a washer on both sides, Ben?
Oh, I don't know, mate, because I've only ever had one washer on one side, which is normally the drive side. So put the screws in. I use my finger to make sure that the screwdriver doesn't come out of the head. And I just screw it in until it stops. Don't tighten it. So screw them in. This is only for people that don't know how. Once that's screwed in and it won't turn anymore, look, that's it. Then I give it a quarter of a turn. That's all the thinners over everywhere. Quarter of a turn. Quarter of a turn. Then Let's see if it spins. Live on camera. See how good I am. Oh, first off, knock the magnets off. But before you go fishing, remember to turn the magnets back on.
Alistair says Verns Shane's left-handed.
That sounds... Can you hear that?
What is it?
Wonder if the oil's gone in there properly. Yeah, it's gone quiet.
Amazing.
So that's spinning quite fast now, isn't it? I think that's flying. I think that's as good as Pimp My Reels.
Yeah, Mad Mick says, think might get over east one night over weekend to see if the sea is flat and coloured.
There's not a lot of colour in it, but it will be flat.
Andrew Jones says we want
Right now then,
house.
I'm trying to listen to... I'm not trying to listen to the wife. I'm trying to blank her out at the minute while I just talk about
You
what
said
I
to
need
me,
to... She's
read
still
the
going.
comments.
She's still going.
You said
She's
read
just
the
like
comments.
a bloody clock. Round and round and round she goes. Nobody'll know when it'll ever stop. So, one reel. Spinning. Still spinning. Now, I put 1 drop of oil in each of the bearings and probably could have put 2 in. But that's how you take the bearings. That's how you take the side plate off, the spool out, the shaft out, bearings out, clean and oil. Personally, I probably should have put 2 blobs of bearing in. But that has gone quieter. When I first spun it, it was a little bit loud because I guess the oil wasn't in the bearing properly. But once you spin it, it's in there. What I'm going to do after that is I'm going to order this month. Don't tell the wife. And don't put this in, Tom. Leave this bit out. I'm going to buy 2 new bearings for my Penn Fathom 12s. And what I'm going to do is I'll probably get ceramic. And either Jim's Tackle or Black Dog. And... or QM services. I think it's QM services. They might have some if they've got any stock coming, that is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 2 new bearings and I'll put it in this reel, and then the next month I'll get 2 more bearings and stick it in the other reel. So that way I've got a because I've had these reels, must have been over 1.5 years now, and I've never replaced the bearings. Probably don't need to replace the bearings. If I put a bit more oil in, that'll be even quieter. But it'll be slower. But it don't matter if it's slower, because you don't need a fast reel. You just want to make sure that it turns and it isn't stationary. So that's 2 reels done.
Do you want a message now? Or am I not allowed to?
Oh, you got to tell me a message. I just want to... You make me forget stuff.
I don't want to.
All right, and down.
Talking.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, could you please tell me the message, sweetheart?
I might read you one.
Right.
So Stephen says, do you not do the bearing on the gear side of the cage vent?
I've already done that. I did that April or May, I think it was. I did that. Took the gearbox apart and greased all that and did the bearing. So yeah, no, that's all done. I only do that once a year because the gearbox is fine. You know, it's perfectly all right.
Casters will be right back. He's just off to the fridge.
Casters off for another beer. Don't blame him.
Lloydie says, I need a lefty van. I'll swap my 525 mag.
A lefty? Are you left-handed, Lloydie?
Shane says, more confident doing Fathom now, Ben.
Are you more confident? It's only, all it is, Shane, is 3 screws out, take the end off, pull the spindle off. I've got the... Shane, it's not drugs. It's a paper clip with 2 feet on it for your bearings. So it's in my fishing box for the past 3 weeks.
Don't forget to ask Shane for your special paper clip.
Ask for your special paper clip. So yeah, take the 3 screws out, end cap off, spindle out, spool out, and then, like I say, just watch the video back. Cap off, bearing out, and just clean it. And that's it. Simple as that. If you can't do that, mate, you shouldn't be the manager of a plumbing centre. It is easy.
Shane might want not let people to know that he does that.
What?
Shane might want to be all elusive and not let people know what he does for a living.
Shane, do you want to be elusive?
He might want to pretend that he's some sort of crime fighter.
Shane's really a crime fighter. He is Robin. I don't know who Batman is. I guess that's Scott. But them two are Batman and Robin.
You, the Joker? Penguin?
Oh.
Which one are you?
Well, I don't know, Dan. What would you say?
I couldn't possibly.
There's no problem with pronouns here or anything like that. I could be Catwoman.
You could.
So yeah, that's that. So I've done tonight what I wanted to do. Shane the cod fighter. He certainly is. Shane a crime fighter. He is a crime fighter. Multiplier reels I struggle. I'm right-handed, but I prefer left-handed reeling. Well, you need your left hand for the line, Lloydie. Do you know what I mean, don't you? Yes,
Shane
whatever you do, don't tell
people what I do.
Don't tell people. Right, yeah, sorry, Shane. I'm not going to tell them that you're actually a crime fighter. Right, shall I tie this leader on now? No, I can't be asked because it'll all go wrong. It'll all come out and spool everywhere because I didn't reel it onto a spool. Right, is there anything else anybody wants to know? Do you want to see the update of the Ziplex fishing rod?
Well, they're just fighting to answer that one.
Well, you know, it's only a YouTube channel. It's not Crime Fighters USA.
No, Landlock says yes.
That's the sea fishing rod. I know it's upside down, but if I turn it around, it will go through the garage door. So that's the butt end. It's a 2500M. It'll look back to front because it's on the front facing camera. That's the first eye. That's the second eye. And you can't see anymore because I reel in on the left and feed on the right thumb Vern. You need a left hand reel then, Lloydie. You can't be double Dutch like that, mate, if you're right-handed. You not want Vern and Shane are Laurel and Hardy on the beach. Thanks, Andrew. Well, at least I know which one I am. I'm the one from England, aren't I? Stan Laurel.
I thought they both were.
No, the other one's American Don
I
Plonker.
don't know, I'm not as old as you.
Shane is a serial killer. If you're a cod, watch out. Yeah, you're probably right. I tell you what I tend to do. I'll get one of these brushes and clean down my fishing rod to get the sand out. Because if you don't, you can feel all sand up it. And I know that's the internal and it don't touch, but I do it on both ends.
Shane says you're the Three Stooges when Scott's with us.
Bloody Scott, he's like Groucho. Is it Groucho?
Do you want one of these?
No, because you said I couldn't have one a minute ago.
I did, yeah. You told me to shut my clack.
Let me just show you my fishing rod out here. I have struggled like nobody's business. My hip's gone. Ooh. Stood up to. Bear's bobbling in my belly. Light's not on. Right. the fishing rod. Finally, I've done this 7 times. Excuse me. 7 times I've done it. Because it kept cratering as though it's got silicone on the rod blank. And I rubbed and I filled and rubbed and did it and kept doing it and Bonder sealed it and just kept doing it. But it's finally got right now. So I leave the tip eye on to make sure I know where the spine is. Yes, I can find where the spine is on the rod, but it takes me about 2 hours to convince myself that I've got it right. Exactly the same as it is when I put the eyes on the rod. I'll put the eyes all on the rod and I'm constantly checking that they're in line. And then you put them on with a tie wrap and then you put some tape on it. And once the tape's on it, I then have to check it again and again and again, because if I was to whip it all on and there'd be one eye slightly to a cock, I'd be absolutely seething. So I have to make sure. So here's the rod. It's finally, that's the first coat of black, but really it's like the 8th coat. And that's it. Here you can see is where I rub through the black onto the rod. But on the next coat of black, that'll be gone. And then what I'll do is I'll then do another coat of Bonder seal. But, you know, on this rod, I can pick out faults. There's like little tiny bits wrong here, but it'll get covered in cotton. It doesn't matter that you've got these bits here where you can see carbon, because like I say, on the second coat of black, that'll be gone. But there's always something. Up this end here, just about here, it's a little bit bumpy there. But there's nothing I can do about that. It's just the way it's been. It was smooth when I put it on, but sometimes when you're using these brushes here, when you go along like that and you stop, if you don't lift it off and have right light touch onto the rod, you'll get a little like a little lump. Like I can see a little tiny lump down here now, and it's like the size of about 1.5 mil, but I can see that. But luckily that'll be where I did my brush stops ends, and where that is in relation there, down here I've got marked where the eyes are, and the eyes will go on there, so that'll get whipped over so you won't see it. It's just little things like that. Absolutely minor thing, but I wouldn't be able to do a rod and sell it because I'd know where them little faults are. But like I say, I've had a top rod builder tell me that when I was saying to him I've got some faults in it, I've done my TTR and Matt was a nightmare. Well, I'll tell you, just briefly, I've done a video on this, but I filmed coating it twice, but this is now probably the 7th or 8th time. I've lost count, to be honest. And I've got 2 more coats to put on. It's been a nightmare. It's been a learning curve. What has finally happened is, these foil trays, you have to clean them before it because they've got a slight bit of oil on it. But what I was doing is, how I coat my rods is I use Bonder seal. So I pour a glug of Bonder seal in, enough to do the rod. And then you get this marbling pigment, which you get from Guides and Blank. And I was putting in a bit more than what they said to put in, because I was told to make sure I've got plenty in, so you don't get this slight transparent, because I only ever used to do 1 coat, so you put more in. But that was having an adverse effect, as in, as I was painting it on, it was puddling on the rod and you could see through it. It was like a little hole, like a volcano's crater. And when I painted this rod 3 times, I had 50 to 60. You can ask Shane, because Shane knows all about it, because I was ringing him at stupid o'clocks and whatever going on, and Shane was just soaking it up like a sponge. And yeah, 50 or 60 potholes I had in this rod, and then I'd have to rub it down and start again. It kept happening. And what I was doing was I was putting too much of this pigment in the Bonder seal. 20 to 1. That's all it needs to be. Any more than that and you might get problems. If I did 20 to 3, it'd probably be all right. It might be black and opaque, but it's bring Pet back. She's in there. Talk to her. I'm talking about me rod. It's been a nightmare for 3 days. So yeah, that's how I paint my rods. Bonder seal. And a bit of black. She said, bring Pet back.
Oh yeah, they don't like you. Shane says it, I'm the Samaritans of the Rod Builder's Guide.
He is. He's a Samaritan of everything. Right. What do you want to know?
Mad Mix says, did you put a drop of thinner in the mix to take the bubbles out? A rod builder.
They weren't bubbles. They weren't bubbles. You know when you when your wife helpfully polishes the windowsill in your house and then you go to gloss it, and you paint the gloss on, it just separates and goes everywhere, doesn't it? And that's what it was doing on the rod. But it turned out to be that I had too much pigment in relation to Bonder seal, and that's what my problem was. So as soon as Di, thank you very much, Di Llewellyn, for giving me that information. He sorted me out and I put it right and it's all good. Thank you very much. Oh.
You know what to do, don't you? To stop me polishing the windowsills.
You don't polish the windowsills.
Clean bloody self. Is the wash and dry? Probably. Did you not get the washing in?
Can you not wipe all my chalkboard off with your hair? Because I might forget my wallet or water.
Bald Chap Fishing says, hi Ben, can't wait to get out with my new Kanzaki rod Saturday.
Are you taking it out on Saturday, are you?
Lloydie says, who's skimping on the lights? Great live Ben, the wife's doing a great job.
Just got to get this right. Look at that. Yee. That one there. This one is Jimmy's. What Jimmy got me. And this one is its double. That's the one I bought it. And I've marked them with black marker pen on the rod bag. And the bottom of the rod stopper, the butt cap, I've put a chamfer on it so I know which rod is which. Yep, 2 Kanzakis, can't wait. I've got too many fishing rods, to be honest. And they're done.
Well, you said ages ago you're going to sell some. You
I
just
am.
keep adding to them,
Well,
and none of them get sold.
I'm waiting for Shane
You're waiting for Shane to do what?
to advertise.
What, your fishing rods?
Yeah. I've got to give him it.
Right, Shane, we've got a couple that have just got brand new bags as well. One of them only arrived on Saturday.
So that's
Ignoring that one.
that's my silver rod butt with it's got a reducer in it. That's the silver 2500M. And all before the video comes out is the gold one. So yeah, I put the stickers on. I've freshened this up with Bonder seal. I whipped this top bit because when I picked this rod up,
He always blanks me, Andrew.
when I picked this rod up, it had a bit of masking tape around here. So I put a new shrink tube on, and it's got Gordon's, because this is Gordon's rod. And well, it's mine now. But yeah, I think that looks nice. I think they'll be a good comparison together, if that's the word.
Comparison is a word, yes.
It is a word, Don. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know if it's the right one. I don't know what you're trying to say.
And I've got a nice Ziplex Zero Plus, which I went up to Sunderland to near Route Repair and picked this up, and right chuff with it. How many do you want rid of?
All of them, Shane. Oh no, not all of them, because then you'll stay at home.
Yeah, what do you reckon to that? I've always wanted a Zero, and a Zero Plus come up, so I went and bought it. Oh.
Caster's going to give Shane a 5 of one of your rods, and they've done a deal. Is it the new one?
Look,
He's
casters.
He's sweating already. Look,
Casters can only cast a pink rod.
Can he?
Yeah.
That's all right. We can paint it pink for him.
He's the only one in the village to have a pink rod, aren't you, Matt? How many's in the live anyhow?
62.
I thought he was going to say 6. Oh.
Mad Mick, I've got a double Sprigget, Conoflex, don't know what one of them is, Energizer Sport in the loft. It eats Maltese for breakfast.
Well, you want to keep hold of that Conoflex because they are like rocking horse now, aren't they?
Oh, Blue Badge Angler's up the ante. He's offered £5.50.
What for?
Your new rod.
Yeah, £5.50 for this one.
No.
£5.50 for this one. Little tiny. What, from a Zero Plus? £5.50?
Look, there's 50 people. Oh no, hang on. £8 for both Kenzakis. That's Shane.
£8 for both Kenzaki. I'm on to a winner here, aren't I?
Lloydies, hope
you'll join me next week, Vern, and all. Vern and all. It's a 48-hour quest. I know it's freshwater, but I'm aiming my best. Busy fortnight ahead. Yeah, good luck for all that, Lloydie. I will turn up, mate. I missed you. Was live this Saturday, I think, weren't you? But by the time we come back from fishing, I was absolutely shattered, and I think Shane was shattered as well. So I never got to see you live. Lovely backcasting rod. Is that the Zero Plus? To pull off pink. Wow. What's casters on about? To pull off pink. That's a bit rude, isn't it? Do we have to talk about pulling off?
You could only cast with pink rod, and I said, well, paint it pink for him.
Well, yeah, but casters is put to pull off pink. Wow. That's a bit rude, wasn't it? And dirty. That's naughty talk, down, isn't it? I got in trouble for talking like that.
Casters wouldn't talk naughty.
We will join in, Lloydie. Can I get a guest spot? He needs a guest spot to make sure he's at the front, doesn't he, Shane?
Does he need a guest spot so he
Does
can
he want a guest spot for? Is that for your special spot, Shane?
No, that's so he can
Hey.
tell everyone how to cope with you.
Right. Thank you very much. Vern Pet Nose. It's the wife, mate. It's the wife to you. I've told you in Wales, it's the bloody wife. Not everyone can pull off a pink. Oh, pull off. I'll get you now. Thanks, look. Leighton. Well, he's got so much charisma as Matt, you see. That's why how he can pull off pink. Hey, look, I'll tell you now. It's not pink. It's actually, I think it's red, isn't it? It's like a reddy orange, but it does look pink on camera. I would need a fortnight to explain that, Karen.
Oh, yeah.
Is that for his special spot?
Just to put up with you.
Put up with me?
Jesus Christ, I just said to you he would need a special spot to explain to everyone how to put up with you.
Right.
Have you got
Why?
CRS or something?
Yeah, you know that. What's the matter with me anyhow? I ain't that bad of a person. I know I'm a bit marmitey. What we got? I appreciate it, Vern. It's okay, mate. Shane, you can join panel, and hope Vern will too. What's a panel? You lot keep talking all this gibberish about this, that.
Lloydie,
What's a panel?
Where you go on and talk to Lloydie.
And that's a panel, is it?
Where you have more than one of you on the screen and you're
Shane, just 2 weeks.
to explain how to put. How long have we been together?
What's that got to do with 2 weeks?
36 years.
How'd you work that out so quick? You're shit at maths.
I was 14 when we met.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. Why didn't you shout that out? You weren't 14, were you? You was 15.
Well, I was nearly 15.
Well, you was, yeah.
Yeah.
So what was you doing in the nightclub?
Dancing.
I used to have to show my ID
I
to get
did.
into a nightclub.
I didn't.
That's it. I'm going to have to wear some waders now, Shane, that go up to me hips. Blue badge angler. Casters will be up. You won't understand a word he says. I can talk Welsh now, Lloydie, because I've been to Wales, and you have to listen really carefully. And when they say you didn't understand that, you just have to say, no, I didn't understand that. You just have to be honest, because a lot of the time I didn't understand. But you do get there in the end.
You're right, Casters. It is too long. I could have been out by now.
I'm going to get another drink. Oh, my hip.
We could always auction them off, Shane. Do you think we'd get more than a £5? Sold as seen, no return.
You what?
I was just saying we could auction you off. See how much we get for you.
I won't get nothing, will I? Who wants me?
Sold as seen, no return.
Yeah. One careful owner. About fucked.
Can whinge for Britain.
Yeah, I can win for Britain, yeah. I can moan as well.
Good at doing bathrooms.
Yeah, I am good at doing bathrooms.
Just give him 8 years to think about it.
Just don't. In 8 years, is it?
Nearly.
Put it in, is
Nearly.
it? It's like coming up to
Nearly.
7 next
No,
Easter.
it's not coming up to 7. It'll be 8 in Easter.
It won't be 8 in
It
Easter.
will be 8 in Easter.
How'd you work that out?
Because Chelsea was going to uni and you pulled it off. Chelsea has since completed uni.
I pulled what off? You keep saying, why does this pulling off keep coming up?
You pulled the shower out.
Right.
Chelsea has since completed uni, come home, had a couple of
What
years
year
at
did
home.
she go to uni, hun?
She was 18. She's now 25.
Right. So how many years is that?
7.
Oh,
But she'll be 26 and you still wouldn't have done it.
that's next Easter.
She's not Easter.
No, next Easter it'll be 8 years.
Yeah. Well,
Can't you count?
are you trying to
Don't buy that anymore, will
Are
you,
you
hun?
trying to justify
That-
how long it's taken you?
That is absolute ghastly.
Oh, hang on, we've missed loads of posts.
Old Peculiar, please don't buy it anymore. I like proper
So,
job.
where were we? Shane says, honestly, Karen, I don't think we could give him away. Stephen says, when you go up Cumbria next, Vern, you will have to message me so we can meet up.
I will do, Stephen. We're up
August time.
in August. And I will be on... Are you on Facebook, Stephen? Because if you are, I'll post on Facebook. And if you see a post from me, you know... Well, I'll post where I am. And you'll know where I am. I think I'm going to fish Flesick Bay. And I'm obviously going to fish Salton Bay. Because all the tides are wrong. When we're up in the Lake District, in the afternoons and that, they're all low waters. If I want to fish a high water, it's going to be in night time, which I want to be in the pub. Or it's early in the morning. So there will be a night when I don't go to the pub. And I might just sort of like correspond that, yes, I am, mate. Well, I'll tell you what, I will post on Facebook and you'll know when I'm up. So are you on my Messenger as well? Are you, are we, I guess we are linked with Messenger. I don't know how it works, you see.
If you're friends on Facebook, then you'll be able to messenger.
Yeah. Well, I guess we are. So yeah, so I want to fish Salton Bay, low water, and because I'll be able to cast out further now, hopefully, and Flesick Bay, and I want to fish Maryport. So they're places I haven't fished before. I think we are. Have to get casters on Facebook. Yeah, casters. Why aren't you on Facebook?
Excuse me.
Fishing pads do. I've got a pint of old peculiar, and it is a bit peculiar, I'll tell you. I'm not that keen on it, to be honest.
Well, what's the other one you got in there?
Proper job. So there's no head on it. It's like a proper ale. I don't even know how strong it is. It's probably blowy.
You've had it before, haven't you?
Yeah, I didn't like it then.
You should have said.
They didn't even stuck the sticker on properly. Look at that. They didn't even stuck the sticker on properly. Can you see that air bubble?
It's only a bloody beer bottle.
I can't even see how strong it is. 5.6%. Blow your socks off, isn't it?
Gunnar Roy, don't do it, casters. Facebook is the root of all evil.
It is, yeah. But I still can't fathom out Instagram yet. Right,
It says proper job on the bathroom.
Proper job on the bathroom, yeah. I'm getting there. I actually thought about it again today. I come out.
Go steady.
I come out of the bathroom and I thought to myself, I could do the wooden joist bit now before I put the shower back in. But remember, if Vern can't fix it, no one can. There. Did you buy that?
Yeah. Do you park at the farm when you go to Fleswick?
Yes, I do, yeah. Park at the farm. I remember when you used to be able to drive, because we've driven all the way down to the bloody lighthouse and used to park on the side down there. But obviously it was in the way of the farmer. So now, with my bad hip, I've got to walk all the way from the farm to the top of the cliff before you walk all the way to the cliff. And it's probably about 4 times what we have to walk now, Shane. It's murder. So I take my rucksack and one fishing rod and one tripod because it's just too much walking. But I'm going to fish Fleswick Bay and Salton Bay. I want to fish Maryport. And as much as I don't want to fish it, Bootle Beach. Because Bootle Beach it's all low waters, innit, Pet, when we're up. So when we first get up, I might be able to do Sailcroft, mightn't I? When we get up first, because it's big tides when I first get up, and the times for high water's all right. But we don't get into our cottage until on the Friday, so we're going up prior to our holiday, sleeping in the van, because that's what you do when you've been married for so long. You can wine and dine your wife really good, can't you, Pet?
Yeah.
So we treat her to sleeping in the van. And then I'll be able to fish with some stinky bait in the van, which wife won't enjoy that. But I've got a cool box now, thanks to Andrew Jones, so I'll be able to keep my bait in that, so it's all nice and clean. I've had Bishop's Finger, but that was when I was in a choir. Shane, I feel sorry for you there, mate.
Already said there's nothing wrong with old peculiar.
Oh, I'm not keen.
Hen or Bishop's Finger. Well, go tip it out.
No, we're not wasting it.
So it isn't that bad then.
No, not wasting it.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, so I might fish Bootle Beach on low water because they do say it is a low water mark. I've always fished it at high water and have never caught, so we'll give it a try at low water.
Oh, Stephen says Harrington Club fished Bootle last week. 12 anglers, no fish was caught over 4 hours.
Yeah, that's not good then, is it? Where was that?
Bootle.
Bootle. Do you know what? I've been to Bootle probably 3 or 4 times now, and I've blanked I think I've blanked every time there, haven't I? Yeah. Blanked every time.
You did have that little. Was it Bootle? You had that little tiny fish.
No, that was at Nevertown.
Nevertown.
That was a goby or whatever, or a blenny. That was a blenny. But I was fishing in the rocks, so that's why I didn't catch anything that day, because they were just stripping my bait. So yeah, I might try Bootle. I'm not too keen on it. I would like to go fish some different marks. But if I fish Maryport, that's different. If I fish Fleswick Bay, that's different. And I think that'll be enough to keep me interested. And if I get another 1 or 2 trips in, I think that'll be enough, because I fished 5 times last time, didn't I? And I was fished out. I'd had enough. I'd had enough of fishing. So, but the only problem with that is the fact that when I go to the Lake District and fish 4 or 5 times, that's 4 or 5 weeks. So you're still seeing me fish in August, in October. That's the issue. I'm personally not bothered, because I've never decided to fish and make it an up-to-date blog like a newspaper. Have I done?
No, Stephen.
So it's just a case of my videos are when I go fishing.
Stephen said that was.
Sorry, Dan, was I talking when you was talking?
Yes, you were. And again, that was a low water match too.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's not good. I've got a new cooker and all. Where is it?
What's that got to do with low tide?
Well, I don't know where it is. Where's that gone? There it is. So I've got an alcohol trangy.
Yeah, excuse me.
Along with a cook set that sits in it. Methylated spirits is carried in the bottle. It's got a snuff lid to snuff the flame out so you don't burn yourself, and it's carried in this pouch, and that's all going to go, apart from the meths bottle, into a frying pan that I'm going to buy 1 month, and that's it. That's quite light. It don't weigh anything, and it's got meths in. I could cook on that, and that'd probably cook some sausages with that meths that's in there, and that's it. That's really light. That ain't too bad. And 1 frying pan, which this will sit in. So that's my new cook set, and I'll take some sausages and have a cook up on the beach.
Happy Angler 01 says, hello Ben and your good lady. I apologise for only just finding your live. Going to enjoy the rest of your show. Andrew Jones says, seen on the beach.
Who's that, Happy Angler?
Yeah.
Thank you, Happy Angler.
Seen that on the beach in the video. It's a cracking little cooker.
Oh, that was my BCB ass in the van. That's a new cooker, that one.
Stephen says, the small pier at Whitehaven is fishing well at the minute. I had some belters off it.
I've been told,
I'm just going to go grab my card.
Subscriber or someone on Facebook, I think it was a subscriber, wasn't it?
I don't know.
A subscriber or someone on Facebook, or Messenger it was, who watched my videos, told me to go fish Maryport. So they said that obviously when it's catching, it's on fire. So that's the next place, or one of the new places that I want to go fish is Maryport. There is a pair there, but then I read some info that you can't fish there or something. So I don't know what the rules and regulations are, or whether it's coming in that you aren't going to be able to fish Maryport pair. But yeah, that's what I want to do. Solway mainly, still if it's hammered with weed. Mad Mick. The small pair at Whitehaven is fishing well. Seen on the beach in your video is a cracking little cooker, mate.
I've just read that to you.
Hello, Van, and you're going to Happy Angler. On Shane. Yeah, Van, my vids are from 2 years ago. You looked young back then, casters. If it was 2 years ago. You're moving on from a posh pot noodle sausages now on the beach. I know. I mean, the posh pot noodles will return. Because soon I'll be back at the river. But I ain't too fussed about fishing the river. After last year, it was a bit of a struggle, to be honest, because there weren't a lot around for me. There was quite a few cod getting caught, but never when I was there. I am looking forward to fishing the beaches this winter to see if I can actually pull a cod off the beach. But I will be at the river because it's my closest mark. It is very convenient fishing out the back of your van. It's all lit up, which is good for filming. It's easier to film there. and all these things that people talk about, and that's why I do it. So yeah, I will be at the river, but I will also this year fish the beaches a bit more. But you know, when Shane and Scott get a bit too sweaty and stinky, I'll just nip off to the river. So yeah, that's what I'll do, won't it, Pep? I'm so pleased that that black has turned out all right on that fishing rod now. It was becoming a bit of a
Yes, Andrew, our last day was today. Although I'm going in tomorrow because I've got some jobs to do that I didn't get finished today.
Yeah, but you're not getting paid for that, are you? Don't.
No.
You're not getting paid, are you?
No,
You're going in and not getting paid.
Need to get the job
Yet
done.
those train drivers aren't getting enough money at 60 grand a year, are they?
I wish I got 60 grand a year.
So do I. I'd be able to fish full time.
Stephen says, me, you and Mad Mick could fish Maryport.
Mad Mick, are you from the Lake District? Because I thought you was up in Scotland way or North East. Whereabouts are you from, Mad Mick? Because I thought I saw you on nearly said fishmonger then, but it's fish hunter. I nearly saw you on Fish Hunter's video, didn't I? In Wales. You have done a cracking job this evening. I hope you will do more. A great following and a great banter. Awesome live. I'll be in the background now as food time. Well, enjoy your food. Make sure you chew plenty of times as well, Lloydie, because it comes out better in the morning. I'll tell you that for certain. So yeah, thanks a lot, Lloydie. What? Got to chew enough, haven't you?
Right, where were we?
I'm from North East, but live near Carlisle. Oh, right. So you're right. I got you. So North East, as in Newcastle, or further up, Northumberland? Hi, Vern. How's things, buddy? Who said that? It's my old mate, Kevin Cheeseman. Yeah, everything's... Sorry, mate. Sorry, Kevin. The wife's talking and I can't listen properly because she's like in this luggle. But yeah, everything's going great, Kevin. Hope you're all right. And thank you for talking stuff on Facebook and coming in on the live.
So,
it's poor up that end, Mad Mick. Take care, Lloydie. Lloydie, you're going fishing with casters. Andrew Jones says. Yes, what are you doing, Lloydie? Are you fishing with casters? Next time you come to Wales, happy angler, next time you come to Wales, bring your good lady if you can. I am, because I'll tell you now, where we stopped, me and Tom stopped at the pub, the chef there that owns the pub, if he still owns it, I hope he does, absolutely fantastic cook. And I said to the wife, we need to go there just to have a meal.
Yeah,
but then
I don't go fishing.
I then had to ask if I could go fishing, because if you don't ask her and be polite and be... sort of like, she's domineering, I'm submissive, and if I aren't submissive to buy her a meal and feed her, because like she likes chocolate and stuff, then if I do that, I can go fishing, can't I, Dan?
No, you
can't.
I? No, you can't.
So yeah, there you go. So yeah, I'm going to Wales. I have to take the wife to Wales to have a meal at this pub because it's lovely. Plus the bear there was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I'm coming back.
Right.
Now you tell lies. I seen you on one of the fish hunter vids, Mad Mick. Yep, so did I. Now I'm in the middle of everywhere.
Right, do you want to say cheerio to John Spalton, because he said ages ago he's going.
What, John Spalton?
Every time I go to speak, you then talk over me because you're rude.
See you, John. Thanks for coming up. Well done on the competition, and look forward to seeing you again. Probably it'll be at the river, but get yourself to the Oldness Coast, mate. It's got some good fishing there. But thanks for coming in, John. Much appreciated, mate. And hope the 3 dogs are all right. It was a good point there, Andrew. You're right. What was it called? What was that bear called? It was Fern Summit one. It had a red dragon on it. It was lovely point, that. God, these bloody glasses. I need to get some new glasses.
Mad Mick, yes, Stephen, I took him to Whitby last year and also fished Withensea in Wales. Just when we can get a session in, we go. Stephen, I'm going to Tenby next week and don't know whether to take some gear or not.
Well, I would. I'd take the Tenby. That's in Wales, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd take some gear. There's a lovely coastline around there, isn't it, in Wales? Absolutely cracking place to fish. Lots of different coves as well. So I suppose if it's windy in one direction, you can get out of the wind.
Andrew Jones says, you know about a red dragon on the glass.
I do, yes, because one ended up in my house because I took it on. Next weekend, Lloydie and Bondi, you common body. I think it might have had. Yeah, that's it. Fine Fool on the glass. Yeah, that's it. Absolutely beautiful point. Little red dragon on it as well. Yeah. I do like a good glass. This one's Abbott Ale. I quite like this glass because it's got cutouts here, as you can see, and it's quite good to hold. So yeah.
Caster says, Vern, you're welcome to, buddy.
Where are you going, Casters? Casters, are you actually fishing with Lloydie? Are you going freshwater fishing? Casters, are you going freshwater fishing? You didn't take it. You had the glass
off eBay. Mam's the word.
Yeah, that's right. I bought the glass off eBay because I had a pint and I thought, oh, this is a nice glass and drink. And when I got home, I bought a pint glass off eBay, didn't I, Dom?
Yeah. Caster says no sea.
No, what's that mean?
Are you freshwater fishing? And he's put no sea. Sea fishing.
Casters, are you fishing with Lloydie in the sea or in a pond? Because I thought he was going pond fishing.
I personally wouldn't stand quite in the sea when you're fishing. But...
Yes, Stephen, I like a pale ale as well. I used to, when I was young, as in probably, well, anywhere from 8 up until 12, 13, my dad always used to have a lot of alcohol under the stairs. And it was always on the floor, cans and all sorts. And I used to go in there and I'd drink either Baby Sham or Pale Ale. And that's how I got a taste of Pale Ale. And that's how I got a taste of Baby Sham, wasn't it? When you're 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, you can get pissed on a bottle of Baby Sham. Can't you, Dan?
I wouldn't know.
Well, you're only little, aren't you?
I never drank at that age.
So, yeah, my mate, as a matter of fact, Roger, we went in my dad's cupboard and we nicked some Baby Sham out and we had a bottle each, that's all. And Roger drunk this bottle of Baby Sham and the bubbles must have gone through his head because he was sat on his wall in his house and I was talking to him and then all of a sudden Roger weren't there. He was gone and I was like, Roger, where are you? And I looked over the wall and he was on his back with his feet in the air, because that's what I saw was his feet over the coping stones on the wall. And he was pissed. He'd fell off the back of the thing, was a bit skoo-whiffy. So, yeah, that was our Baby Sham. But my dad always had pale ale. And it was Watney's pale ale and Indian pale ale. And we used to drink that. And he had light pale ale, dark pale ale, all sorts. But pale ale's really nice. Anyhow, that's enough about pale ale.
Landlock's off. So see you later.
See you later, Rob. Thanks for joining in, mate. Much appreciated.
Caster says Pembroke.
Look forward to your next video at Chesil Landlock. Pembroke. What, Casters?
Yes.
What's heads fishing, Steve? Look, well, that's Northern Monk Pale Ale is nice fun. Northern Monk. I'll keep my eyes open for that, Stephen. That's the weekend. Lloyd is fishing ponds on his way up. So, Casters, this is really getting a bit like a Rubik's Cube, mate. Are you fishing with Lloydie?
Yes, he is.
Where?
At Pembroke.
Where's Pembroke?
But
Where's
Lloydie
Pembroke?
is fishing. As he's travelling up, he's fishing in ponds. So,
So,
Lloydie is fishing. As he's travelling up, he's fishing in ponds. So, Lloydie is fishing. As he's travelling up, he's fishing in ponds. So, Lloydie is fishing. As he's travelling up, he's fishing in ponds.
So So you're fishing in a pond, Casters, or are you fishing with Lloydie? Or are you fishing with Lloydie in the sea and then Lloydie's going to the ponds? I don't understand. It's like I'm getting a three-way conversation here and four-way with the wife.
I'm sure things aren't really this hard.
Wales. What's Andrew said Wales for?
You said, where's Pembroke?
Oh, Pembroke's in Wales,
Jesus
is it?
Christ.
Is that Pembrokeshire? So what's Lloydie doing then?
I've just told you. Everyone is telling you.
Martin G. He told me he's going up there. Up where? Is Pembrokeshire in the north? I
would just like to welcome everybody to my life right now. This is what I deal with all the
Lloydie,
time.
what I'm thinking, I might do Port Talbot. I've never seen a Ford West. Ford West. What's a Ford West? What's a fucking Ford West? Are they taking the mickey now? I don't even know if they're going sea fishing or pond fish. I thought Lloydie was going in a pond for a bloody great catfish. Stop the drink, Karen. Up your way. Hi, mate. I said good night on live, but too many messages. Think Karen missed it. Thanks for doing real. Brilliant, Shane. Thanks a lot, mate. Shane slipped off. Pembrokeshire with myself and Lloydie. Michael Bond. Bondy, are you going as well? So it's Lloydie, Bondy and Casters in Pembrokeshire. What, sea fishing or pond fishing? I don't know what Ford West is here. I don't know what Ford West is. It sounds like a bloody car, doesn't it? Lloydie, Casters. It's like a little secret mission, isn't it? It's like Mission Impossible here, isn't it? Where's Lloydie going fishing? And who
was Shane that I didn't miss the comment. I just weren't allowed to speak because you kept telling me that you were talking. Casters, fish in Wales. Yes, Vernon.
Where does it say? I see yes, Vernon. Where's Casters say?
Casters, fish in Wales.
Oh,
yes,
right.
Vernon.
Yeah, yes, Vernon to what? I asked about 6 questions.
Well, that's because you never wait for a bloody answer. Right.
Lake fishing, Vern.
Pembroke,
Casters is fishing in a lake. What, with a 2-hook flapper? 6-7 Pembrokeshire, Wales, Watwick Steps. Watwick Steps. I thought it was Watwick in North East. Yes, mate.
Why don't you just go with them?
I can't afford to, Don.
Well, stop buying so much fish and stuff.
But in that, we've got a holiday, haven't we? And we want to go to Norfolk as well, don't we? There's a lot to do in August. And I don't even know how I'm going to fit it in. We've got the shower to do as well.
What, you planning on doing that in August?
Well, I was going to plan on getting it done in August, yeah, so it's ready for September.
Were you?
Cats are fighting. Can't believe the cats are fighting. Don't another vet bill, do we, Don?
I'm just going to go check. Oh. Put my shoes on properly.
Vern, come down with Shane and Scott. Shane's a bit busy because we've got a mission on in August and we've got to catch some fish. Next weekend. Lloydie was planning on coming up here after, I think, fishing with you. But got too much on, to be honest. And everything's booked and holidays. And I want to get to Norfolk as well. I'm going to end up with quite a few videos in the bank, which is good. Because if there's any adverse weather and stuff, I'll be able to not fish. So it's a good thing, really. It's good for the channel. It's good for me because I ain't got to worry about it. I ain't got a video. And things will get sorted soon.
It's not his. He's on the sofa with Tanisha.
Well, who was that?
I have no idea. I can't see him.
I don't know what cats are around here, do you?
There's one next door, isn't there? There's one across the road. Oh.
So what do you think to my Ziplo 0 Plus? Zip glue. Did I say zip glue?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you think that's a good rod? I think it's a good rod. I've always wanted one of these. Right, chuffed I've got it now. And I ain't even bothered about getting a second one. I'm quite happy with that. Cracking job, Vern. Tip lights as glow sticks. Got to go now, Vern. Enjoyed tonight. Bull chat fishing. Thank you very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. I think we'll have a video next week. I'm sure we will. And everything will be back to normal, hopefully. Otherwise, I'm going to have to find somewhere to fish that I've got a signal, which could take all week. Joss will snap it. Got to go now. I have opened another crate. You're meant to be cutting down, Andrew. That bear's not good.
You worked out what you're getting all confused about.
I know, I still don't know what Lloydie and Caster's doing. I take it Lloydie's going...
They just don't want to tell you because they don't want you to turn up.
Now, well, I'm not going to turn up. They don't have to worry about that.
They don't like you.
Nobody likes me. I ain't bothered. I'm ginger. I'm used to it. What's the matter now?
I'm sure if you listen hard enough, you can hear the violins.
Yeah, I had hard upbringing. It was hard. It was a struggle.
No, it weren't.
Yeah, it was.
What part of it?
Well, everything, really.
Really?
Yeah. You don't know how hard it was done. Unless you're ginger, you wouldn't know. And I'm welcome. Thank you very much, casters. It was good to meet you down on the nap. But that was a long time ago now, or it seems like a long time ago. But there you go. It's just one of them things, isn't it? I think I'm going to finish this beer. Oh, my bloody hip down.
That cinema seat last night hurt my back.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be good cinema.
It hurt my back. I've had bad back all day. Lloydie, great work, Ben. You love the banter, as do we all. Bondi and casters, I'm looking forward to the session. I've got my light sticks.
What do you think to that? I was working in a house and they pulled out a packet of Park Drive. Look at that.
You pulled it out. You found it on the floor, was?
No, I didn't.
Yeah?
It was in Terry's fireplace.
Oh.
Look at that. It just smells of old cardboard now. It doesn't smell of cigarette, of tobacco, which is a shame, really.
You didn't have it in a tin.
Because I do like the smell of tobacco. But look at that. That is a proper fag packet. How fag packets used to be. There is a warning on there saying danger. Could cause cancer. But look, it's got a bit of a stain on that side. But Park Drive, who remember them? 20 Park Drive. And look how tall that is. I'll tell you how tall it is. Look. So how big fags were back then. 70 millimetres. That was a cigarette back then. So you didn't have much to smoke, but you got 20 of them. And there's no stupid pictures over there saying what you're going to die off.
While you're talking about the dark ages,
Yeah.
Caster says, Vern, have a chat with the boys and come down. Lloydie says,
Can't come down, casters, because got a lot on.
long time since seeing them. Mad Mick says, I'm going to get off now. Really enjoyed the crack. Latest, people.
See you later, Mad Mick. Thank you for joining in, mate.
Stephen says, is there a price on them?
No, they're in. No.
I'd hate to think how much packet of
It says on it, middle tar. Middle tar.
Yeah, but they did used to have, because Benson Edges was strong, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then you had Silk Cut, which
And
was
it has Galahar Limited, 65 Kingsway, London, WC2.
Silk cut were the lowest, weren't they? And then you had others that...
Danger. Government health warned cigarettes can seriously damage your health.
Was it JPS that were the same as Benson?
Extra flavour. But yeah, I just...
Michael Bum says 5-pack drive, used to buy them as a kid.
Well, that's 20. There's 20 in there. I remember when I first started work as a boy and used to be paying 15 pence union subs a week. I think it was 15p. It could have been 5p. Matter of fact, I think it was 7p. But that's here nor there. But the old boy that used to do the cleaning in the factory, he used to get 7 Woodbine, which were probably shorter than that, to be honest, but 7 Woodbine in a packet out of a vending machine. But yeah, I didn't want to see them go to get chucked in the bin, so I brought it on. How many's in live now, Don? 56.
58, I think.
5-pack drive, I used to buy them as a kid. Is there?
A packet of fags now must be nearly a tenner.
I wouldn't know what a pack of fags are now, Don. I can't remember what packet of fags. I think they were £2.50 last time we were buying them. I don't even know what them silk cut were that I used to buy. I can't remember. It was so long. That was like 1980, 89, 88, 89. No, it was 89 at least, wasn't it? I'd moved up because I'd moved up there then, hadn't I? So it'd have been 89. 90, weren't it? Because I remember 90. You were still down there, weren't you?
Yeah,
And
I moved
no,
up
you
there.
weren't, because I remember 89 to 90. I remember New Year's Eve. I was down there with you, New Year's Eve.
I moved up there in 1990.
No, because I remember it was big.
I don't know what month, but I moved up there in 1990.
Right, but it wasn't 1990 January, was it?
I couldn't tell you.
No, because I taped the Decades music thing. It was on 4 hours, wasn't it?
Okay.
Do you remember? I was stopping at Jill's then, wasn't I?
They weren't brought for you.
There ain't many left in there, is there?
Yeah. No, I moved up there before.
You didn't.
I did.
You didn't.
I moved up there in 89.
No, you didn't, because I was down there in 19. No,
Yes,
you weren't.
I did. Because as soon as I
No, you weren't, because I was stopping on New Year's Eve. I stopped at Jill's, and I was stopping there, and you stopped there as
I
well.
was 18 in the May.
No,
I moved up.
But you weren't there on New Year's
I
Eve.
didn't say New Year's Eve.
But I am.
I said I moved up here when I was 18.
Right, but that weren't in January.
I didn't say it was in January. My
Oh,
birthday isn't in January.
shut
My
up.
birthday's in May. Right, let's go back to comments.
£10 for 20. Bloody hell, is that how much fags are? 10
I
quid
bet
for...
they are, yeah. I bet they're a bloody fortune now. Stephen says, hi Vern, my gran used to smoke Park Drive. They didn't have any filters.
Didn't
Well, I
they?
bet they're bloody strong. Lloydie says, Karen, you've done a great job tonight ignoring the old gas attack. It's always the same.
I'm so pleased that rod's all right now.
Gunroy says, we'll love yous and leave yous. Driving to Derby tomorrow. Picking up materials. Great live burn. Spot on, mate.
Thanks for tuning in, Gunneroy. Back on the beach next week, hopefully. It's quite nice, that.
What?
Isn't there any fingers of fudge?
No, I bet then. As soon as you said you liked them.
I shouldn't have this. I'm on a diet.
I'll put it back then. Lloydie says, love you, Ben. Gunroy, £1.50 Marlborough lights.
Thank you,
in
Lloydie.
Turkey.
How much?
£1.50 Marlborough lights in Turkey. Cheapest thing to buy.
How can there be £1.50 there and a tenner there?
Well, there'll be €1.50, won't there?
£1.50 here, I might take up smoking. Never got on with it though, did I?
No. Weren't very good.
No.
I didn't think you liked that drink. You've nearly drunk it all.
Not going to waste it, Don. Not left a lot in there, are you?
Andrew Jones, I knew you'd be into the chocolates.
Well,
Andrew, these got brought for me as a gift from a child at school, and I left them on the side, and I came home and someone had already eaten them.
I've had 3. I had a double decker and 2 fingers of fudge. And they weren't even fingers of fudge, they were like the tip of your end of your finger.
Well, they're only miniatures.
You pick, don't, why don't you just pick and leave all the crap in there? Because I bet you what will be left in there is the chocolate egg ones, won't it? Yeah.
There you go. You can have them.
No, I don't want it. Right, where are we at here?
Gunneroy, so 12 quid over here.
You're right, Daniel. Cast as someone vape juice, £1 in Iceland in the pound shop. Go and have to go now. Take care, Van, Karen, and everyone in the chat. See you on the next one. Thank you for coming in, Stephen, and don't forget to keep a lookout on Facebook towards the end of August, and you'll see me up there.
No.
Here comes Tigger. Was that Tigger fighting?
No.
Tigger. Meow.
Hello. Come on. So Daniel Jones.
Brilliant, Stephen. Thanks a lot, mate, for coming in. You got done?
Daniel Jones says, how's it going, Ben?
It's going all right, Daniel. Thank you very much. And I've had a few beers, but not too many. I've only had 3.
Pastor says you're never too young to start.
Got a chat with my top mod, Diana. Things to discuss and plan. Love you all. Great live, Van. Yep. See you later, Lloydie. Thank you very much, mate.
What have Gwen done?
Isn't the door open?
No.
You probably just want to sit on your lap down and be stroked.
Oh, come on.
So yeah, it's been a bit different tonight. I've had something to do. I always like to do a live when I got something to do. Shane gave me that reel 4 or 5 weeks ago, if not longer now. Might have been longer. But yeah, it's just a strip down. If you follow the video at the beginning, you'll see how I will title this video because this live, because I forgot to do that when I started it off.
Picking up.
You what, Don?
The old wind's picking up.
I need to line this reel up, but not tonight.
Good.
But tomorrow I need to do it because I want to fish with this alongside my 2 Kenzakis, and this is going to be for the old cod. Not for the cod, for the bass. Because when we were there last time, literally as we were going, some chap turned up, had a chat with us, and he cast it out while I was packing my gear away and reeled a bass in within a few minutes because he fishes that beach all the time. He knew exactly where to fish, where to cast, and he casted it straight into the gully and pulled a little tiny bass. Well, it wasn't little tiny, it was like a schoolie bass. Pulled it straight out, and you know, I wish I could have pulled one out that day. Can't remember last time I caught a bass. Lloydie, have it. See you next week. See you later, Lloydie. Thank you very much for coming in.
See you As you rattle papers, look. I think there's treats. Oh, you little fatty.
Let's put you on film for prosperity. This is my cat. He's got a big fat belly. As you can see, he loves a bit of closeness. He's not independent at all. But this is Louis. He was the neighbour's cat, but he decided to live here, didn't he, Pet?
Yeah.
Because he was happier. But yeah.
He's quite adamant about living here, seems though he used to jump up and open the door and just come in. And
but I can't ever pick him up in the early part of the day because I get covered in fur and then it goes over my fishing rods when I'm wrapping them. But see, now when I'm old and dribbling out the side of my mouth and shitting in a nappy, I'll be able to look back and see this cat, wouldn't I?
Living in the shed.
Living in the garage with me, yeah. But this cat follows me around like a dog. Wherever I go, he follows. Inspiration to us old folk. You're not that old, Lloydie. You can't be much older than me, if not younger, are you?
Children asked me how old you were.
Children did?
Yeah.
Well, how old do they think I am?
And they said, how old's Mr. Everett? I said 110.
And what they say? 110?
Yeah.
And what they say?
And they went, oh, he's older than you then.
Only just. How can you say such a thing, Casters? If that cat was sat in your lap, you'd be in heaven. Glad to see you live, Vern. Daniel took his missus to Porthcawl tonight, and she had to
buy the food. Think Daniel is like you.
Probably is. 56 of the 11th on the 11th, Fern.
I'm just older than you then.
No, you're 2 years older on the 11th. What, this month, Lloydie? God, this is all like a quiz thing with Lloydie, isn't it? Don't know where he's fishing, who he's fishing with. Well, Lloydie, you don't look a day over 50, mate. I'll tell you that now.
Ramsky Cod Head 1. Can he beat a cat?
Can he beat a cat, pal?
That means you can't beat the cat.
No, you can't now. He's a lovely cat. He was the neighbour's cat. One of their cats died. We did tell them, but they didn't take it to the vets and it died.
Well,
but it never fed. They used to feed it with a dog, and the dog used to eat, as a dog would, all the food. So the cat's never got, because Louis, the cat that you just saw, has a little bit of food and walks off and then comes back. And if we ain't kicked the other cats out, they eat his food and he don't get to eat. So you have to chuck them all out and let him eat on his own, and then give him some more biscuits later, because he does like a bit of food. As you can see, he's quite the size of a cat.
He is now.
He weighs, I think he weighs 16 pounds, or he did weigh 16 pounds, so he might weigh a bit more now, but
there was nothing on him when he came in.
no, he's a big cat. But yeah, he's a lovely cat, and he follows me around wherever I am. He'll walk into the garage, be around me, sit on these mats that I've got down there, or he'll be in the shed, get in the van and claw the van up with his, sharpen his claws in the back of the van. But he can do what he likes as far as I'm concerned. I ain't bothered. He's a nice cat. And yeah, got to like dogs as well because of that bloody dog of my daughter's. So it's all good, really.
How can you say because of that dog?
Well, he is a dog, isn't he?
Yeah, but every time
Dookie.
you go round there, you're like a bloody kid
Well,
in
yeah.
a candy store.
Well, yeah, of course I am. Yeah, because he's a nice dog, isn't he? So Remsky Cod Head 1. That's such a... When I answer you back, because I like to answer everybody back, I get a few comments, but I don't get that many comments, but I'll get enough comments to answer. It's always such a mouthful, that is, but I always like to write it down to be respectful and stuff. But you've got a cat as well, have you, Remy Scott?
Cod.
Remy
Remski.
Remski Cod
Cod
Head
Head
1.
one.
You got to read that properly, ain't you?
Well, I take it he has.
Can't beat cats.
I've
You see, we got 2 cats because we had 2 daughters. Then one died, so we got 2 more cats because I didn't want to split 2 of them up because they were both brothers. So we then ended up with 3 cats. And then we went to pick up some potatoes with the wife, and the wife saw this black and white cat, and it had to be hers, and she had to bring it home. So we.
Well, that had been left. That was abandoned.
So we ended up with 4 cats, and that little fucker, that cat, just tries to ruin our house 100%, and I wish we didn't have him. But he now doesn't go up to the wife anymore because she's like a hot point fridge, and the cat just doesn't like her. So the cat is now mine. So everywhere I am, that cat has to sit beside me. So I've now got 3 cats, but we've actually got 4 cats. And then Louis, the cat you just saw, turned up from next door because they were killing cats, but they've moved out now and moved into our house. So now we've got 5 cats. So if you ever think about getting a cat, just get 1 cat, because 1 cat stays 1 cat. If you get 2 cats, you get cats from all around the houses coming to see what your cats have got. And if they like it better at your house, they stop at your house. And that's the issue with cats. If you want a cat, get 1 cat. Do not get 2 cats because it'll end up as 5 cats. But,
do you remember when the girls were little and I said we are not having pets?
Yeah. And I said you can't do that to children because children have to know how things die.
And then we had 2 rabbits. They never looked after them. We give them away.
We did, yeah.
Then we've had God knows how many chickens.
We got 1 left.
Got 1 left.
But we're doing the right thing with that chicken, aren't we?
And we've got 5 cats.
Yeah. So we've got 5 cats, 1 chicken, and a dog part-time. It does, Lloydie, yeah. But I can talk for Britain, mate. I could talk on air until 2 o'clock in the morning. But
well, unless you're watching something on the telly, and then it's like I'm trying to watch this.
Yeah, and then I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say now. I've just lost it. But what I am going to say is, I reckon that it's time to draw the live to an end, because I'm at work at 6 in the morning because I've got to get my hours done. So hopefully by the middle of next week, I've done all my hours at school, which I still haven't worked out what I've got to do yet, but all my hours are done at school, and I can then say I've got the rest of August off. I've got 2 jobs to do, 3 jobs to do for my gaffer, which is fence, repairing a shed, toilet seat, and I've got to fit CO2 alarm. So I've got to get them done. And I've got this Ziplex rod to finish, because the whole idea with the Ziplex rods is I bought one from Tony Kerridge, which you've seen, which is this silver one. This was bought from Tony Kerridge for 90 quid delivered. He did a really good deal on it. But then I rebuilt it. I didn't have to. I could have just Bond sealed it up and done it. Keep up the great work. Remy, thanks a lot, mate. See you in a bit. Well, I'll see you next week when you comment, hopefully. So yeah, I've done the Tony Kerridge rod, which I bought from him for 90 odd quid. And I've got Gordon's rod to do. Once I've done that, hopefully, well, I will be. Oh, itchy back of the nose, hay fevery. Once I've done that rod, and I've got 2,500 M's done, and what a bloody gobful that is. Why couldn't they come up with a different name? I'm going down to Brighton to fish Brighton. So these are the things that I've wanted to do, and hopefully, well, it's already been decided that I'm going to meet up with Danny. So it'll be me, Danny, Gordon, perhaps one of his mates, and I've got my mate coming down with me as well. How can I forget bloody Steve's name? Steve is coming down, so me and Steve will be sleeping in the van. Danny will be down there. Hopefully we'll be fishing down south for undulate rays on an undulate ray beach, because I would love to catch an undulate ray, because they're normally quite big, aren't they? And very, very pretty fish.
When you're doing that?
And I'm going to be, as soon as I've done these rods down, So I've got to finish these Ziplex 2500Ms to go and fish down Brighton. I've also got to make 2 rod bags. So that's why the shower ain't getting finished, because I've got more important things to do. I've got 2 fishing rods. What are you looking at?
Just listening to your latest excuses.
Ain't an excuse, it's the truth.
It is
So
an excuse.
no, it's not an excuse. So I've got 2 rods to do, 2 rod bags to do. I've got 5 rod bags to make in total, but I've just bought a sewing machine for 35 quid. Works perfect, from a shop bought. It's old and second hand, but it'll sew 4 or 5 thicknesses of material. So it's a good sewing machine. So I've got the 2 rods to finish. That's why I'm hard at the rods. Make the rod bags, and then I can go down there and fish. So I'm looking forward to that. And if you're watching this in the next few days, Gordon, because I ain't got video out and you watch this, then I'm looking forward to that, mate. And I'll only come down when it suits you, so that we can come down and fish. But it will be me and my mate.
Michael Bond says, thanks a lot, Verns. See you in Pembrokeshire. Lloydie says,
I'm not going to Pembrokeshire, mate. Thanks, Bondy.
Master says, fancy eyeing up my pink rod, buddy. Think face.
Eyeing it up. Hey, you got a damaged eye on it? Casters?
Happy Angler 01 says, before you shoot off, Ben, I'd like to say good night and thank you both for the evening of entertainment. Night all.
Happy Angler 01, thank you very much for joining us and being part of the live, and for your support, mate. Thank you very much, and thank you to everyone that's joined in tonight for the support, for watching. Hopefully you'll get something from it. If you ever stripping down or take apart too much of a reel and you get lost, there are other videos out there. Starfish Sea Fishing is a fantastic channel to go watch. He doesn't put anything up anymore, he just concentrates on his fishing now, but many times I've gone and done a reel and I've thought to myself, Christ, where's that bit go? And I just could put his channel on and watch that. But you can do that with that video. I don't lay it all out intricately because I don't need to. I know where all the bits go in that Abu. I've done 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 Abu 6500s now. When you've done 10, you know where all the bits go. I could have chucked them all in a pot really, or in a coffee mug and put it together. So you just get used to it, don't you? But if you take it apart and you can watch this live back, I will title it live doing an Abu reel and Penn Fathom 12 or something like that. And just for reference, really.
Blue
for
Badge
later on.
Angler says good night.
Blue Badge Angler, thanks for coming in, mate. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting.
Lloydie says, great job, man. It's great live. Top work, mate.
Thank you, Lordy. These bloody glasses hurt my eyes now.
Well, there is an optician's just down the road.
I'm not laugh at your pink rod if you don't laugh at my cork handle. Beat casters handed down from my great-great-grandfather. Can't beat a cork handle. Casters, Vern, you legend. No, mate. Matt, you're the legend, aren't you? Anybody that can fish with a pink rod and carry that off is a legend.
What are you doing now?
Bondi, this is my mum's rod. Got a cork handle. And it's a East Anglian Rod Company. I've rebuilt it and tarted it up because it was my mum's rod, really. But yeah, new whippings, trimmed with dark red and red. And hopefully you'll see me using this down in Galston Harbour or Galston Pier on into the seaside. It's only a 9-foot rod, but I'll be fishing with this with an old reel that I used to use back in the day in the 1980s. With this rod, which my mum bought me. I think she paid £5 or £10 for this at a second-hand shop, like an antique shop, like you used to get back in the day. Probably call it a junk shop now. But yeah, Paul Bennett, thank you very much, mate. Please you enjoyed it. It's the best I can do. I can't get a signal on any of my beaches that I fish at. So if I do a live, I'm afraid it's in the garage. I always try and find something to do, like strip a reel or talk about something or show my gear or this, that and the other, or bicker with the wife. It's whatever. So it's that's it. Thank you very much for joining in. I'm going now. Because it's Mission Impossible on soon. What's the time done?
11 minutes past 10.
Mission Impossible has started on +1 on film 4, so I need to go because I've got to shut the garage up, and it's my favourite Mission Impossible film. So it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from
Me.
him, her, pronoun, non-pronoun, wife, pronoun 107 or whatever it is.
What are you talking about?
Well, because everyone go on about flipping pronouns now, don't they? Because you can't be him or her, can they? But it's goodbye from me, him, and it's goodbye from her, the wife. And yes, it's been Vernon and the wife in the garage, and this is Vern Sea Fishing. If you've got this far, please think about subscribing. I expect those that have got this far are subscribed anyhow. I hope so. Casters, love you, pet. Casters, I'm going to tell you, mate, when I get down to Wales, me and you's going to...
See you, Casters.
Cough. We're going to have a chin wag. I'm going to throw a pork pie at you. That's what I'm going to do.
You're right, Casters. He can't run.
Mine's full cork handle. 12 foot cork handle. Tom's still in.
He's turned up now.
What do you mean he's turned up
I don't
now?
know if he's been in all night.
Of course he has.
Just like pulled his own hair out.
Tom's the main vein. The main vein of the channel, he is. But there you go. It's me that do all the bloody yakking and clap trapping. But yeah, so it's goodbye from me. If you've got this far, thank you very much. If you've subscribed, brilliant. If you haven't, thanks for the view. And that's it. Next time you see me, we'll be on a beach, and it'll be with Shane and Scott is the next video. And Samantha, give you a shout out then. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later. So it's goodbye from me. And what are you going to say, Pet?
Bye.
No, you say it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
So it's good.
See you, Casters.
Right, we'll do that again. So it's goodbye from me, and it's
goodbye from me.
Yeah, it's goodbye from her. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you later. And next time you see me, we'll be on a beach, and I'll see you anon. Night, Andrew. Lloydie, Casters, Tom, Michael Bond. Good night to everyone. Thank you all for coming in. See you anon.